My friend thinks my girlfriend is lying about her job, so I investigated.
We've got to find the truth.
I don't know what to think. The situation is that a buddy I've known for a few years who's dating another friend of mine has informed me that my girlfriend, who I've known for 8 months, is lying about her occupation.
Where's the proof?
Oh, I'll give you one guess as to what her real occupation is.
Lying. CIA. Undercover spy.
He is an EMT and she claims to be a nurse at a certain hospital in our city. EMT buddy swears up and down there's no way she works there. By the way, this comes from user Powerful Profession, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So this is really shocking to me. She's in scrubs all of the time. I've picked her up from the hospital she claims to work at. She has medical books all over her apartment, etc., etc.
What?
EMT buddy and my girlfriend have only met once on a double date with my other friend. They did talk shop a little bit, and he's basing this accusation on that one conversation. He told me he would bet money that she had never stepped foot on the ward she claims to work in. For reference, she says she's a psych nurse at this prestigious hospital, and EMT buddy asked her which unit she worked on. Apparently, there are 2 at the hospital, East and West. He tested her by asking, do you work on North or South? And she said North, and that she referred to patients being violent as code gray. And that is not the terminology used at that hospital. There were more small technical details he claimed she got wrong, like their nurses' stations being open and not enclosed spaces, things like that.
Maybe she's just like a janitor or something at the hospital, you know? Like maybe she has a job where it's not involved with the medical stuff, but she's lying about that?
Maybe she's just like really non-confrontational. It's like she's got this EMT guy being like, yeah, do you work in the North or the South? And she's just like, I don't want to make him feel like not...
like stupid. Like, oh, this man doesn't understand that,
yeah,
you know.
so I'll just be like, the North unit. Yeah. North is the closest to West.
Yeah.
So
if you really think about it.
On one hand, why would she lie about being a nurse? But also, what does he gain from lying about her being a nurse? I don't know jack about the medical profession, to be frank. This whole thing makes me feel quasi. How do I even bring this up? Degenerate Scholar says you can easily look up her license status by Googling nursing license verification in your state and then simply entering her name. It will tell you what kind of license she has and how long she's been licensed in your state. If she doesn't hold one, you have a starting point for the conversation. Many people who work in healthcare facilities wear scrubs. It doesn't mean that they have any direct care responsibilities.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Also, she would be required to have a photo ID with her credentials listed on it. You can settle the question by asking to see her name badge. Not that platypus. This is exactly it. I'm looking up my nursing professors now, and I can find all of their licenses. Also, how has she said that she's gotten her nursing degree? Did she do a bachelor's program or an associate's? Like, you should be able to ask to see her degree, and she should have a copy. You could also ask to see her graduation pin. Nurses go through a pinning ceremony at the end of their time in school, and most people keep their pins. However, I feel like this is not really answering OP's question of like, how do I go about this?
Yeah.
Because you can't be like, hey, let me
can I see your nursing degree pin?
Yeah. Let me.
Can I see it?
That was perfect.
That's what you ask.
I think she's lying to you because she sees prestige in being a nurse. Or should I say prestige? Nurses are considered the most trusted professionals in the US. You've definitely seen those sappy bumper stickers and memes about how nurses are angels. We all have. She will 100% try to tell you that the phone call today led to you not finding her because of privacy regulations. She may even say it's because of HIPAA. Ask to see her badge. Ask for her license number. If she tries to claim that she doesn't have these things, she's making excuses. Your badge literally taps you in the different hospital wings and elevators, and some places even let you use yours to tap into the charting system. OP says, she told me that she has a BSN. I can't find that she's licensed in our state. She's a liar.
So she's lying.
She do be lying.
She's lying. Why you always lying?
Why you always lying? Because of the prestige.
Yeah.
Edit to add more because I can't seem to shut up. I looked up some of my classmates on the state registry who are working as CNAs or MAs, and their license info isn't showing up. I wouldn't doubt that if you've picked her up from work and she does actually work there, she's a tech or something and was lying to seem prestigious.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking she works there but just isn't a nurse.
Ooh.
Yeah, like that's what I was saying. Like, oh, maybe she's a janitor, or maybe like it's something more technical or something.
Maybe she's
but,
like
she's just not a nurse.
Maybe she's actually like the hospital administrator.
Yeah.
She's like actually like the number one person there.
So she lied to make her seem self a little more approachable. She's like, yeah, I like run the hospital.
She's like, yeah, I'm in the psych ward. And the guy's like, yeah, what
her name's like, her name's like Miranda or something. And she's like, yeah, I'm Miranda Hospital.
I'm Miranda Hospital.
I didn't know how to tell you.
It's the family business.
Yeah.
It's the family business.
Yeah, hospital. That's my last name.
I'm a proud hospital. I'm a 7th generation hospital.
Yeah, I'm Miranda Nurse. I didn't know how to tell you.
Okay, OP says, in response to that, she's probably a tech or something else. Oh, she talks so much crap about techs. I think she would rather be than cop to being a tech. Not that platypus says, oh, what kind of medical books does she have in her house? Like Grey's Anatomy or Honan Focus on Adult Health Medical Surgical Nursing 2nd edition? Are they books to make her look fancy or books that she may have used in school? Medical books is pretty generic. Well, she has a bunch of them. I know she has a DSM and Physician's Desk reference. I reckon she reads them a lot because those are always on the coffee table. She has a whole bookshelf full of books about diseases and medications. Skittles and Whiskey 289 call when she's supposed to be working and ask for her.
That's what I'm saying.
If she works there, she'll answer and you can bring her food or coffee or something. If she doesn't, there's a communication error in your relationship that needs to be addressed. I wouldn't 100% be positive on your friend's knowledge due to the difference in their jobs/roles. OP says she's supposed to be working right now until 7. I'm gonna call. Thanks. I'm sorry, but it's so wild to me that they need that. Maybe they didn't need a Reddit post to get there.
Yeah, but I'm like,
but it does feel like it's like they're like, what do I do? It's like, call her.
My first thought was like, call the hospital. Go drop off lunch for her at the hospital. I don't know. Like these are. I don't even think you need to outright be like, you're lying to me.
Yeah, OP just like someone's lying to me. Like, how do I
do
go about this? Skittles and Whiskey. Be prepared to buy her that coffee if she's working. Haha. Wish you all the best. P.S. We want an update. OP says, well, I called and at first they thought I was asking about a patient and said they couldn't talk about them without their code. And I said, no, she works there. And the woman I spoke with said, no one with that name works there. I asked about the other unit and she told me she knows everyone who works in psych. I thought maybe she goes by a different name. So I started to describe her and the lady got upset and told me, I have to go.
Jeez.
I guess she thought I was effing with her. I don't know what to think. Wandering Round says, dang, that's going to be a hard conversation. Be prepared to get backlash and redirection. Stick to the point. She is lying. And for what reason? It sounds like the end of the relationship. Can you imagine what would have happened if there was a genuine medical emergency? A very scary thought.
Dude, yeah, you're on a plane and someone's like, I need a doctor. And you're like, well, my girlfriend's a nurse.
She's like, stop. No, I'm not. I'm not working right now.
She's like, I actually, I'm
sick.
I'm off the clock.
She's like, I actually don't do those type of things.
I need my books. I need my books. I need my reference materials. I'm not ready.
Yeah.
Okay, so OP says, I don't understand why someone would go through so much effort to lie about being a nurse if she is lying about it. I'm going to hold off on any judgment until I talk to her in person and we have an update.
I mean, God forbid a girl have a hobby, you know? God forbid a girl manifest.
God forbid. It's like,
it's called manifestation.
She actually is at the hospital, but she's hiding.
Yeah.
She shows up in scrubs and she just like is in like a janitorial closet or supply closet. And she's like, all right, come on. Today's the day. Today's the day. You're going to walk up to a patient and you're going to take their blood.
Yeah. She's like, this is how being a nurse works. You just walk in, you dress for the job that you want, not the job that you have. And I'm going to go out there and I'm just going to start doing it. And no one's going to question it because I'm dressed like a nurse.
Well, this chick is completely insane.
Ooh.
Mystery solved. She doesn't work at the nice hospital. She works at a not so nice hospital, and not as a nurse, but as a phlebotomy technician, whatever the F that is.
Wait. What is a phlebotomy? Because I'm thinking lobotomy, but obviously.
I think it's about your phlegm. Phlebotomy.
Someone look up phlebotomy.
Phlebotomy.
I'm assuming a bottomy.
One of my new words.
Bottomy must be like taking like something, like all right. Taking out something.
Phlebotomy is the process of drawing blood from a vein, typically using a needle and a collection tube for laboratory testing or in some cases for therapeutic purposes like removing excess red blood cells.
I was right.
I was also right.
I was right.
What did you say?
I was like, she was hiding in the closet being like, all right, You're just going to go up to your patient and you're just going to take their blood.
Take their blood. That's what she does.
And that's what
She's
she
just
actually
she
does.
literally just does blood work.
Oh my
So-
God.
Yeah, a phlebotomy technician, also known as a phlebotomist, is a healthcare professional trained to draw blood samples for various medical procedures.
Wow.
Okay, so she just draws blood.
just draws
She
blood.
just wanted to seem like she was cooler than she was.
So this is still, well, she's just not at the best hospital. She's
Yeah.
at the worst hospital.
yeah. And she was lying about it to seem cooler.
Okay. She failed out of nursing school and is seriously obsessed. She said she got a TBI her 3rd year into her bachelor's program and was unable to finish. What is a TBI?
Give it up.
To something infection. Tuberculosis booty infection.
No, I think
Traumatic
it's-
brain injuries.
Oh.
Wait, that's super relevant. She got a traumatic brain injury. That might have affected her
That
personality.
informs a lot.
I think that totally informs why she might be
Yeah.
lying about things.
Dang. Okay. She had a traumatic brain injury her 3rd year into her bachelor's program and was unable to finish. I may have forgiven all of that, but it's clear she has a tenuous at best grasp on reality and went on a bizarre rant about how she could be a doctor, how she saves lives and she's a genius and she knows more than anyone in the world when it comes to the medical field. She claimed she could perform surgery on people, that she had healing powers, that she's the greatest person in the world, on and on. Seriously unhinged type crap. I had to tap out because she was really scaring me. I've never been in such close proximity to someone having a mental breakdown. I wasn't supposed to see her until yesterday, and I ambushed her at her apartment. Finally, I just had to leave. I feel bad about confronting her. I probably shouldn't have left her alone at all after that. Update number 2. This is a really long story that I must condense for character limit. I hope the sense of it all remains intact. My ex-girlfriend deceived me for our entire relationship. She told me she was a very important charge nurse with a BSN and worked at a prestigious hospital in our area. Here, in reality, she is not a nurse at all, but a phlebotomy technician and not at a prestigious hospital either. She had a total breakdown when I confronted her about all of this and ended up getting put on an involuntary psych hold. I do not know how she did it, but she got herself released after only 2 days and is completely off the rails. She broke into my house. I came home from work the other day and she was in my shower. Not taking a shower, just chilling in there with my cat.
That's freaky.
Yeah, I was about to say, that actually sounds like the freakiest way you could be in someone's shower,
okay.
unannounced. Oh, brother. Okay, that really effing freaked me out. She ran off before the cops came, and then they couldn't find her. She moved here a few months before we started dating, and I didn't know any of her family. After she broke into my house, I did some internet sleuthing and tracked down her parents and older brother. I was able to make contact with her mom because they have a landline with a listed number, and I told her the situation. I gave her all the information I knew about my ex. Her mom thanked me very much because apparently my ex went ghost on her family about a year ago. Her mom told me they would take care of it and just wanted her to come back home. Her brother called me very frantically shortly after I got off the phone with their mom, and I talked to him for a while. He said he was flying out first thing to hunt my ex down.
Wrong verb, my guy.
I've got to hunt her down.
Gotta hunt her down.
I gotta hunt down the ghost.
That was yesterday. I was satisfied and relieved with the response. And by the way, you can get all kinds of satisfaction and probably a healthy dose of relief by listening to full episodes with stories like this on Spotify and iHeartRadio and Apple Podcasts. Literally wherever you listen to podcasts, search OK Storytime, and there you will have 24 hours times 53. That's how much time you can spend listening to stories. Go do that.
Go
do that.
do it, man.
What are we thinking? Like, do we approach this and are we just leaving it up to the family now? Like, are we getting involved to be like, hey, good luck? Like, just
yeah. I think right now this is a medical issue now.
Yeah.
It's no longer like let's have a conversation, let's talk this out. This is like she is undergoing kind of a medical problem and she needs professional help that you cannot provide, given the fact that, you know, you didn't know that she wasn't a nurse, you know, like,
right.
Like we've already had our moment where OP's already struggled in the past with trying to get this woman, you know, or trying to get information out of this woman. So I feel like we just need to give hand her off to her parents.
A nice little handoff, like a little shovel pass.
You've done your work. Whoosh. You've called them up. You've let them know what the deal is. At that point, I feel like it's just making sure that you're safe and that she's not going to break into your apartment anymore.
Yes.
But yeah,
I spoke to some friends today about this situation, and they think I did too much and shouldn't have involved her family because I don't know the dynamic. They could be abusive and got ghosted for good reason, my good friend said. Honestly, I didn't think about that at the time, and now I feel crappy.
Don't feel crappy.
Yeah, that's being like...
Why is your friend making you feel bad about trying to get this woman help?
Yeah, it's just a what ifism.
Yeah.
It's like,
oh, what if she was an undercover spy and you just got blew her cover? It's like, okay, she broke in my house, dude.
Yeah, she literally broke in my house. Relevant comments from Quida Mitra. Is your cat okay? I don't want to freak you out any more than you already are, but you might consider a visit to the vet to make sure she didn't poison your cat or harm it in any way. OP says, thank you for your concern. He seems fine. My ex always loved him, and I never thought she was capable of hurting an animal, but then again, I never thought she'd lie to me for 8 months or break into my house. So yeah, I'll take him to the vet. Good looking out. Sam4891, the odds are her family knows best how to help her, and it's in her best interest they know. You have no knowledge of any abuse, so while it's possible, it's not on you. You made the best call you could with the information you had for both her and your safety. OP says her mom and brother seemed like decent people on the phone, but on the other hand, no one ghosts their entire family for a year for no reason. They said she ran off right at the beginning of 2018, and no one had heard from her since. Perpetual Window Pane says not the a-hole. It sounds like this girl needs far more help than you can give her. Based on your verbiage, you found out from their mother that she's been estranged from her family for over a year. That's not your responsibility to take strange hypotheticals and things into account before considering your own safety. If someone broke into my house and was handling my animals, I'd do whatever I could to ensure it wouldn't happen again.
Exactly.
OP says, my friends told me I should have let the police handle it, as that's their job. They think by doing what I did, I made the situation worse. If she turns out to not be on good terms with her own family.
We have no
What?
idea. That's so silly. You have no... I don't understand why this friend is making OP feel so bad about this situation. You don't know. Why are you coming up with these hypotheticals to make OP feel bad? Just ugh.
I just also don't understand the logic of
it's already been done.
Well, you shouldn't have gotten her family involved. You just made everything worse. You should have had her arrested by the police for breaking and entering.
Yeah, you should have given her a criminal record instead of calling her family.
You're just going to make her situation worse by not throwing her in jail.
Yeah, that's
which will also be temporary.
That is also a wild thing to say.
You may have made the situation worse, not just for her, but they are worried that she could retaliate against me for doing that. OP on how she broke in. I live in a pretty good area. I don't use the deadbolt. She either had a key to my place that I didn't know about, or she picked the lock somehow. So you don't even know how she broke in?
It's concerning.
That's the end of that story.
What? That's concerning. You should get some more locks on that door.
I showed up at my ex's house with a new car and made his new girlfriend so jealous.
Cool brand new car,
Ooh.
windows down.
Okay. For some background context, my ex-boyfriend, 19, let's call him Kevin, not his real name, and I, 18, got together our junior year of high school and dated our entire senior year. By the way, this comes from you, Prudent Fig 6497 on the ROK Storytime subreddit. So we broke up at the end of August 2023, and it really sucked for me because it was one of those breakups where I know I was the one who should have broken up with him, but instead he broke up with me. Not even 2 weeks after Kevin and I broke up, I found out he was talking to another girl.
That's crazy.
Evan's everywhere.
Come on, 2 weeks? Give it some time to marinate.
We'll call her Carly, even though him and I were still meeting up with one another. After some thought, it occurred to me that it was a very high possibility that he was talking to her while we were still together. After about a month of being a pawn in his game, I decided I had enough and finally called it quits by telling him I wasn't just going to stick around. So I went to Kevin's house and picked up my things I left there and eventually cut contact with him. In early October, I met my current boyfriend, and ever since then, my life has really turned around. I have a great job and I make a decent salary for my age. I've learned my way around the gym, so now I feel confident in my body. Things are looking up. And I've never been happier. Fast forward to the spring and it's time to start fishing. My current boyfriend and I plan a day to go to the creek. A few days in advance, I go to my shed to make sure my pole is all good and doesn't need a new line or anything, only realize that my pole isn't where it's supposed to be. Now, if this was a regular pole, I would have left it. However, it is my deceased father's pole, and it meant a lot to me. The only reason it was at Kevin's house is because he had a big pond in his backyard that we went fishing in all the time. I decided not to message Kevin because I wanted to respect his girlfriend, and I knew that if I saw my boyfriend's ex-girlfriend text him, I would flip. So instead, I messaged a mutual friend. His name will be Tyler. Kevin and I had, FYI, this friend I've known since middle school, and this is Kevin's best friend, so I don't really talk to this mutual anymore. But Tyler responded and understood why I would want my pole back and said he'd get it for me and drop it off. Fast forward a few weeks and I hear nothing back from Tyler, so I message him again and still hear nothing. I decide to message Kevin's mom. She was amazing to me when we were together, and when she found out Kevin and I were breaking up, she cried and talked to me for an hour, letting me know that she loved me as a daughter and that she never discredit how much I did for her and her family. So when I messaged her, she of course understood, so I set up a day with her for me to drive down and pick it up. I didn't want her driving to me because she's doing me a favor and I live about an hour away. A few days before I was supposed to pick up my pole, I got into a car accident. That was bad enough. Anyone who has been in an accident deemed a total loss knows how long the payout process is. I let her know what happened and she immediately called asking if I was okay, and then I told her I would get back in touch once I had a car to drive down to her. Since I'd been working so often before the accident, I had about $10K saved up for a car that I was going to purchase once I traded in the car I'd gotten into the accident with. You may ask why I didn't just buy a used car with $10K, but that's because I truly couldn't find a reliable car with low miles and nothing wrong with it for that price, and I knew I'd end up putting more into repairs for the car than what it was worth. Fast forward about a month and a half, and insurance gave me a payout of about $10K, which was way more than what I was expecting. So now she was like $20K, looking good. I decided I would treat myself. I'm gonna get a really nice car. After about a week of looking around, I found a used 2015 Audi S5 with a supercharged V6 along with a resonator delete. I knew what every single one of those words meant. It means it goes vroom vroom.
It goes real fast.
It goes vroom. Long story short, this car was fast. Before I had a 2015 Chevy Cruze, so when I pulled up to Kevin's house, it was quite a shock for everyone to seeing the car I had and the big vroom.
I'm just imagining OP going like, and she like slams the door open. Yeah, and then she like the glasses.
Whips her sunglasses off in the wind.
I'm here for my
slow-mo.
pole.
Someone
Explosion.
throws her the pole, catches it with one hand, drives away, skirting. So let's see if that happened. His mom immediately greeted me with a hug and noticed his car was in the driveway. I was hoping he would be gone. I looked up and saw him and his girlfriend peeking out the window. His bedroom window was right above the driveway. He's like looking down. He's like, damn, OP's sick.
She just did all her hair and it's like flowing in the wind. She's like,
He's like, damn, is that OP? After a hug from Kevin's mom, she started going on and on saying, this is an absolutely beautiful car.
a beautiful car.
Hey, it's an effing beaut. Come on. After a while, she just wanted to sit down with me and catch up. That was never in my plans, but she was so excited to see me that I didn't want to just shut her down. So we sat on two chairs that were on her back deck and just started talking, just chatting and yapping. She asked me what I've been doing with my life, and I told her I've started a school at a local college and am majoring in criminal justice. But was considering switching to forensic psychology, and that I've been interning with our local police department most days of the week, but coach toddler gymnastics on the weekends. She really is looking up.
She's doing great.
She was amazed and said, I wish you were still with Kevin. He has no desire of going to college or working and has no idea what he wants to do with his life. Carly isn't helping him either because she just graduated but didn't get accepted into any college.
Is the girlfriend there? Because I would be kind of like, ooh, like your mom is, I don't know, like if the girlfriend of Kevin is at the house right now.
Oh, and the mom's just like crap talking.
Yeah, she freaking sucks.
She sucks. She's right up here, but it doesn't matter because she doesn't do jack crap.
She's not even in college.
Yeah, she's doing nothing. My son also sucks. You're the best.
You're doing great.
Some more background information. When Kevin and I broke up, he really was a loser. He wouldn't have passed senior year if I didn't do the majority of his assignments, and I even helped him on his Spanish final by texting him the answers. His source of income at the time of us dating was selling gummy edibles along with the carts and disposables. Hey, he's a businessman.
He's a businessman.
I'm a businessman.
He doesn't have time for Spanish. He's got businesses to run. Okay, guys? Jesus.
I left a little after that, and when I got home, I saw an Instagram DM from Kevin. It says, you ready for this? You're a B for showing up to my house in a loud car. You probably waited to come get your pole until you had that car because you wanted to show that you're better without me. Carly has also been sobbing for the last hour and a half because she was in the kitchen. Yeah, so she was right there. She was in the kitchen when you and my mom were outside talking and heard my mom say she wishes Carly and I weren't together and that you and I still were.
Kind of inappropriate for the mom to say that. I understand that Kevin sucks and we're on OP's. Like, OP hasn't done anything. I don't think, in my opinion, that's pretty messed up. If I were like in the kitchen hearing that, I'd be like, damn.
It's a dagger. They hear your current partner's mom being like, oh, she sucks. She's a loser. You're like crying silently in the corner. No, yeah, that's super crappy to hear that. But again, it wasn't OP saying this.
I don't think it was OP's fault.
It was OP's ex's mom. And so I don't know if it's fair to put that on OP at all from the ex.
Go have a conversation with your mom.
Be like, can you stop crap talking my current girlfriend?
Mom.
Someone said that's Carly's fault for snooping. I think she was just around.
I think she was just in the kitchen. Carly should have closed her ears.
Why didn't you close your ears enough, huh? So I never responded because I feel it was a very childish thing for him to blame what his mom said on me, which I agree. I'm not sure what to do in this situation. I don't think I'm in the wrong for working hard and being successful and knowing what I want to do with my life at my age, but let me know if I'm the a-hole. And if you don't want to be an a-hole, seriously, join us live on YouTube every weekday at 3 p.m. PST. Just tap our profile.
Stop it.
There's also another relevant update, but let's discuss.
I think I have the same thoughts. I think the mom shouldn't have said that. I think that's pretty inappropriate and rude to say about your child's partner.
And also just kind of rude to be, it seemed, I don't know what the exact words she was saying about her own son, but kind of like, my son has nothing going on and like he should be with you because right now he's, lacking. It just
weird. I would feel very uncomfortable if I were OP. If someone was saying that, I'd be like, okay, well, we're not.
I'm just trying to get my pull here. And also from his perspective, I could understand him being like uncomfortable or like whipping with like a loud new car and like skirt in. But also, yeah, I don't think it was right to blame her for what his mom said.
Agreed.
Edit number 1. I do apologize for how lengthy this is. For those saying I wanted to purposely show off my car, this isn't the case. I'm aware that by human nature, it is normal to want to show off the fancy things you have, but I have no intention of showing up to the house with him being there. It was a weekend, and Kevin and Tyler are usually at the beach fishing on weekends, but I did want to show his mother the car because I knew she'd be proud of my accomplishments. And it seems like they had a really sweet friendship. I feel we are also forgetting that I was planning to get my pole with my Chevy Cruze before I got into the accident. As for the people questioning how I have a great job by working with kids, by the way, I get paid by the kid as well as per hour. So when I'm teaching 3 classes of 15 from 12 to 7 on Saturdays and Sundays, it starts to rack up. What is this job? And the local police department, 8 to 4 every Monday through Friday, which is full time for those who don't know. But both my salaries are great for an 18-year-old who is money conscious. I also have no bills to pay, so that makes it easier to save as well.
So Opie's doing great. We get it. Jan Digital says Opie needs an Uber if she's going to Kevin's. Yeah, she should have taken public transit.
Why didn't you take the bus, a bike?
Duh.
Could have sent a carrier pigeon.
Come on.
To return the pole to you.
This is ridiculous.
Well, you could have done a lot of other things before pulling up in your one car.
Mm-hmm. And your beautiful, amazing car. No one wants to see that.
My ex-girlfriend was extremely controlling, so I gave her an ultimatum.
Ooh, leave or don't leave.
Let me hang with the boys or not. I, 21 female, am in a relationship with Tyra, 20 female. We've been together for over a year. Tyra had a previous relationship where the woman she dated was truly not a lesbian, but she was coming out as a new thing in our town. Her ex just did it for some stupid trend. By the way, this comes from Personal Magazine, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OK_Storytime subreddit. So while they dated, Tyra's ex was cheating with men, which is one of those flings became serious. Ex-girlfriend ended up spilling everything and left Tyra for him. This left Tyra with some issues. I feel like her issues are to the point where she needs help. I understand her pain and done everything in my power to make her feel comfortable. I constantly show her off, buy expensive things for her. I allow her to free roam to check my phone, and when I'm out with friends, and when she needs me, I'm there for her before we're off the phone. I'd literally give the clothes off my back and the food out my mouth to this girl. A week after our 1 year mark, Tyra sat me down. I assumed it was because we're planning to move in together. She started off really sweet. To summarize, she said her feelings were strong and she could see us spending the rest of our lives together. But she has some rules which will make her feel comfortable and secure. Here are the rules. She wants me to FaceTime her every time I supposedly on a break at work.
No.
2, I can't have any guy friends.
No.
3, I can't hang out with any of my family friends who are men, including my childhood best friend, literally since diapers. Our families are immigrants since they are Asian and we're African. Our cultures have some similarities, so our families practically merged when the elders met after landing in the US. Cutting contact with him would rain check me. Plus, he's my brother. I'd never hurt him like that.
No.
4. Lastly, unless the guy friend is gay or trans, I can't chill with them. She also needs proof that they're actually gay. I looked at her with a dead face and said, no. If isolating myself from guys in general and my family makes you feel secure, then I guess you won't feel secure, Tyra. You do what you need with that information, then left. I didn't see her for 2 days. After that, during that time, her mom and sisters called me to try to get me to see her from her point of view.
No.
I told them they were stupid for enabling her point of view.
Yep.
Tyra asked for us to talk a while after. I told her we could text as I'm pretty hurt and don't want to see her face. This is exactly what I said. You have no right to control me or what I do. I am not your ex. I have been dating women since I was 15. We've been together for a year. Aren't I trustworthy? Have I ever let you down or disappoint you? Now I have one rule. You get therapy, and I'm not bluffing when I say just as fast as you say no. I will have Tinder downloaded and my Facebook status back to single. As I told her she didn't have to respond right away, I'd give her some time to herself. Tyra is now making posts about unfaithful people. I've never cheated on anyone, so I don't know who this is for. Partners who aren't focused on making their partner comfortable. I've done enough, and there's so much more too. She hasn't responded to the message still because everyone knows I don't bluff. My family is on my side. After the whole thing about cutting contact with my best friend, they don't like her now and want me to break up with her. I'm leaning towards that. However, I guess she told some of her friends because they're harassing me.
What the heck? Who are these people?
They said partners don't give ultimatums to each other. And if I actually cared for her, I'd just go along with everything and give her some time to heal.
I'm sorry. They said partners don't give ultimatums to each other. She gave an ultimatum.
With time, everything will get better. One of them even said, I must be talking to a guy on the side because I won't be going so hard about this. I think I'm just standing up for myself. I've never been in a relationship where someone has past relations that were so bad. I don't know if I'm just being insensitive. Am I the a-hole?
No, you're
not.
obviously not the a-hole. Like, your partner is so far, like, overreaching.
Yeah.
So overreaching and
That's
is clearly insecure.
Yeah.
Also, didn't love the comments at the beginning of her being like, oh yeah, my ex was a fake lesbian. Like, she could have been bi.
Yeah.
Like, well, I feel like there's that, I don't know.
She did it for trends.
Yeah, like that, that's icky.
The day after I posted, I took some of your advices to help me break things off with Tyra. So we're breaking up.
Good.
I texted her, informed her that due to the post she made that we were not fit for each other. I also added that I loved her and I hope she still goes through with therapy to help her with future relationships. My mom and I had a talk. She decided it would be best for her to give Tyra her things just to ensure nothing for the worst happened. My mom's house is actually a family home that all my best friends and my elders live in together, so she felt it was better if Tyra got physical. I texted Tyra one last time telling her she would pick up the few things she'd left over the year at my mom's place, and my mom would be there to hand it off to her. I blocked her after she began to blow my phone up, calling me more times than I can count. Next day in the evening, my mom called me when Tyra came to pick up her stuff. I heard some screaming from Tyra. She was yelling that my mom's the reason I was breaking things off, which is not true. My mom listened to me and ignored her, sat the stuff down, and went back to the house, locking the door behind her. She legit started banging on the door, sat outside the house for 30 minutes, saying she wasn't leaving till she talked to me because none of this is like my name. My mom called the cops. They got her off the property and told her if she came back that she would be trespassing, so they have to arrest her. From what my friends have shown me, Tyra is on a rampage. Facebook Lives and several other posts about me. She even found my first post on here and made a post about me telling people who have nothing to do with our relationship. She's been deleting comments where people are telling her she needs to stop.
Good. At least people are telling her.
Tyra has made some threats concerning my life, but my uncle is a veteran and has good connections with our local police station, as well as some connections with judges who have said if she tries anything, even stalking my place or my job, it'll be grounds to be a restraining order. If she goes against that, then there will be legal consequences.
Good. This is
Oh.
good. I'm glad.
Get in serious. As of right now, my friends have kept her on Facebook and take screenshots of any concerning post in case I need them. By the way, if you want more concerning stories just like this, check us out on OK Storytime on your favorite podcast platform. Just search up OK Storytime. And we're right there.
Right there. Yeah, I mean, like, at least you saw those red flags right away and you're
Oh
like,
my gosh,
no,
yes.
I'm out of here.
Out.
And she proved you right.
Facts.
If anyone's telling you, if you ever have a partner who says, I want you to cut off the people that you're close to in your life and that you're not allowed to see a certain type of person, gotta go.
And I also was contacted by Tyra's ex. She's seen the drama on Facebook, a post my friend made just talking about Tyra's past relationship caught her eye. Turns out she never cheated. She broke up with Tyra due to her abuse. You guys were right.
Oh my God. And I bet maybe she got with a man or something. And now Tyra's like, oh, she was never a queer woman or anything. And it's like, no, she was probably bi.
With her ex, she started off with cutting off guys, then women. And after a while, she started isolating her from friends and family.
Exactly what she would have done to OP.
Mm-hmm. Ex started dating other people, but Tyra made a lie that they were still dating when she started seeing others. She's bi. What do you know? Tyra's just crazy. I've been given permission to share this.
I freaking knew it. I knew she was a liar.
Liar and a thief.
I freaking knew from the beginning the wording of, oh, she was just doing it for the trend. No one, that's not how that works. That's not how that works.
I was like, wow, that's kind of crazy though.
Yeah, there is a difference between straight women kissing other women at a party and a woman getting into a relationship with another. Like that is you don't do that for trends.
Yeah. Again, thank you to everyone for the advice. I appreciate it deeply. I hope life gives you the best it offers to all of you. And one comment, how are her friends and family not seeing how crazy she's acting? She needs professional help and help before she does anything crazy.
Yeah, I mean, she already has.
OP says, from what I was told by her ex, they were even okay with everything happening in the relationship with her being isolated from her family. It's crazy to me. I was shown some reports that were filed by her ex. What she tried with me was only the tip of what happened to her last relationship. And her ex has a restraining order on her that will soon expire. And then OP adds, hey, I'm good. I have court in a few weeks to get a restraining order. Then I will be going to small claims court to get a settlement on damages she's done to my car. I have surveillance videos and also Stupidly Live deleted it, but my mom was able to screen record it. I've ended my lease with a fee, of course, but I'm back at my family's home, so everything is going well. Thanks for asking. And that is it. Wow, she went psycho.
Crazy lady. Yeah, when people tell you who they are, believe them.
That's the end of that story.
Man, oh man.
But we got another one coming right at you.
I'm still living with my ex-fiancé after we broke up, and I don't want his new girlfriend staying over.
That just sounds like a mess.
That sounds complicated.
Everyone get out of the house and restart.
But this is an OK Storytime direct submission. So this is one of you guys. Hello, all. Thank you for reading my story. I, 28 female, met my fiance, 35 male, about 2.5 years ago when we both lived in the same city. 6 months into our relationship, I had to move across the country for graduate school. Long distance relationships aren't easy, but we made it work for about a year, visiting each other at least once a month. By the way, this comes from Sad Context 9846. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OK Storytime subreddit and we might read it just like this one.
Just like this one.
During that time, we talked about the idea of him moving to my city. Let's call him Dave. I knew this was a big change for him, so we discussed all options carefully. Ultimately, we decided to move in together and get engaged. A mutual decision we were both happy with at the time. But soon, everything changed. After our engagement, I found an apartment for us and handled all the preparations for his arrival. I understood that the move would mean Dave had to quit his job, and I recognized the logistical challenges of such a big transition. I tried to be as supportive as possible. However, when Dave arrived, it felt like he was a completely different person. If you told me he'd been possessed by a demon on his way to the city, I'd believe you. The man I loved had transformed into someone rude, mean, perpetually irritated, sloppy, and irresponsible irresponsible. He would get mad and yell if I asked for help and seemed annoyed anytime I wanted to spend time together. He was distant, dismissive, and always rolled his eyes at anything I said or did. Physical intimacy, completely gone. He even looked disgusted by me every time I tried to initiate anything. You might wonder what caused such a drastic change. Truthfully, I don't know. We didn't have any major fights, there was no cheating, and there weren't any significant issues between us. But I have my suspicions. Dave had been married before we met, and his first marriage ended badly. He carried a lot of resentment and hate towards his ex-wife. I think getting engaged and moving in together may have triggered old fears, leaving him feel stuck and scared. Opie is too understanding here.
Maybe, yeah.
She's like, well, it's probably this. It's like,
He's mine
needs
now.
to get over that.
Yeah.
Go to therapy, dude. Oh, and Opie says, I try to be understanding. I suggested therapy, but he refused.
Don't you love when we do that?
Yeah. He blamed me, saying, you forced me to do this. That's not how it sounded before. It sounded like it was a mutual decision.
You forced her?
Meanwhile, I did everything I could to win back his affection, assuming he was just stressed. I told him he didn't need to find a job right away and could take a few months off to relax. For 6 months, I supported him financially. Mind you, I'm a graduate student living on a stipend, barely enough for one person.
6 months?
On a stipend? Oh my goodness. I cooked, cleaned, and did all the shopping while Dave spent his days locked in his office playing video games. This is unacceptable.
Yeah.
Literally unacceptable.
I was expecting like maybe a couple weeks.
Maybe a couple weeks at the very most. And even then, you should be looking for a job.
Yeah.
That's
that
ridiculous.
6 months, OP, I think
You need to go to therapy too.
You need to go to therapy.
You need to go to therapy and figure out why you let that,
You enabled that.
Yeah. I mean, it's not your fault that he did it, but like, why did you stay in that situation?
You supported it. You let him take advantage of you.
Yeah, and that is not okay.
And that's not okay. If you're in that situation, if you're listening to this or watching this, no, that's not right.
You deserve better. I cooked, cleaned, and did all the shopping while Dave spent his days locked in his office playing video games. When he finally agreed to couples therapy, I had to handle everything, finding the therapist, scheduling sessions, paying for it, and reminding him of our scheduled time. If he would decide to show up, he would sit in silence and barely engage. Eventually, I reached my breaking point. After months of feeling like a burden, unloved, and undesired, I broke up with him. To my surprise, I immediately felt a sense of relief. Unfortunately, the housing laws in our state make it difficult to break a lease or find a replacement tenant, so now my ex and I are stuck living together. For how long? After the breakup, I moved my belongings into the smaller bedroom, which had been Dave's office. Let's not even get into the big boy tantrum he threw over giving up that space. We split rent and utilities, and Dave is slowly repaying me the $10,000 I covered for his rent while he wasn't working. He is not paying me for anything else, though. We live separate lives and interact as little as possible. For the record, I'm still the one cleaning shared spaces and buying shared household items like cleaning supplies. Now, a month and a half after our breakup, Dave has a new girlfriend. She comes over regularly and they spend a lot of time together. When she's here, she completely ignores me, doesn't even acknowledge my existence or look my direction. All while she's sitting in my living room on my couch eating snacks that I bought. I try to be nice and avoid awkwardness, so I stay in my room when she's over. However, what really bothers me is hearing them make honeymoon noises through the thin walls.
Oh my god.
This sucks. This is like hell.
This is
like hell. Like you're
like
living with your recently broken up with ex-fiancé.
Who didn't do anything with you, by the way.
No, who like freaking hated your guts.
And you did everything for him.
And now you're still paying for him. And now he has his new girlfriend.
You pretty much have a child.
Yeah, this
You
is
pretty much
terrible.
have a grown man child.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not in love with Dave anymore, but it stings. He avoided intimacy with me, even though I did everything to support him. Yet now he's lavishing affection on someone else. He's taking her out, treating her well, things I begged for during our relationship. I know I'm not perfect, but I did all I could to be a good partner for him. When we were together, I deeply loved him and tried to support him as much as I could. Now I'm happy he's found someone who makes him happy, and I don't want to cause issues in his relationship, but I don't want to be kept awake by their love sounds all night.
I don't like that, OP. Come on.
Terrible.
You gotta put your shoulder into it.
Yeah. I also feel uncomfortable with her staying over when it's still technically my home too. Am I the a-hole if I tell him that this bothers me? How do I bring it up without making it seem like I'm trying to sabotage his relationship or insert myself back into his life? You say, hey dude, I'm paying for everything. I don't feel comfortable having your new girlfriend over at the house.
the thing
You're
that
being
you're doing, OP.
very disrespectful of her.
Yes, the thing you're doing, OP, and I feel like you're such a nice person.
Yeah.
Just by reading or
Yeah.
hearing this, you got to put yourself first here. You have not put yourself first whatsoever. You've been putting him and his feelings and whatever he wants, and now his girlfriend,
Yeah.
his brand new girlfriend, all before you in your own home.
Yeah.
No,
No.
you're not an a-hole.
Yeah.
Get him out.
Get him out. Update. Thanks to everyone who responded to my original post. Now to the update. I talked to Dave about the noise. He got defensive at first, but then said he will try to do the deed with his girlfriend when I'm not home. That's an improvement.
That's not.
That's such a pathetic. That's such a pathetic.
But
like,
the thing is, OP's such a nice person.
yeah,
I
that
feel
she's like,
she'll
oh,
take
that's
crumbs.
nice. Yeah, she's
OP
like,
will take
thank you.
anything.
She's like,
Yeah.
look, we've gotten somewhere.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, this is not it.
that is the bare minimum.
You need more than that.
I was glad we got to an understanding. However, it was a painful conversation, and I'm certain now he thinks I am upset he moved on, unfortunately. Here is where I may have been the a-hole. I have 2 cats that are basically my whole world. They had saved me when I had been in a very dark place and thought often about leaving the world behind. Dave told me that his girlfriend cuddles with my cats when I'm not home, and I told him that I don't like to see his girlfriend play or cuddle with my cats when she didn't have any respect for me to even say hello. I told him her behavior was rude for not acknowledging me, but you know what else is rude?
What's
Not
that?
listening to full episodes of stories just like this. Just go to OK Storytime on Apple Podcasts,
Yep.
Spotify, or your favorite podcast app. And there is a little bit left of the story, but OP, you're one of us.
Yeah.
You deserve better than this. You deserve better than this. Do not accept the bare minimum. It seems like you're paying for, as we said, most of literally everything.
Yeah. Seems like 2 people now.
Yeah, lock your stuff in your room. Don't let these people walk over you. This is your place. Don't let them feel like you have to like be pushed into your room. Just start freaking hanging out in the living room.
They're weeding
Make
you out.
them uncomfortable.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Honestly, I
Start
was gonna say,
listening to music in the living room.
blast
Start
music.
I don't know, like don't do anything that they can be like,
Get
oh,
another
you're-"
boyfriend.
Yeah.
You need to get mean, OP. You need to get angry.
Yeah.
I want to see some like I want to see that nice person change into a mean person.
But there is a little bit left. Here, I need everyone's advice. He said I was the rude one.
No.
I need to know if I was rude. You need to be ruder. You need to be
yeah.
ruder. According to him, I should have been the one introducing myself to his girlfriend and saying, hi.
No. This is ridiculous.
No, he should have been the one introducing you
He
to
shouldn't
his
even had
girlfriend.
a
He should have-
girlfriend in the first place.
Yeah, one, that. But also, when you walked into the room, he should have been like, oh, hey, OP, this is my girlfriend, so-and-so.
Yeah.
That
Is it
is
okay if she
respectful.
comes over?
Yeah, that's the respectful thing.
Because we were dating like a month ago.
Apparently, I set the tone by not being friendly. I'm a bad host, and now his girlfriend is mad at me.
Oh my God.
You didn't ask to host her.
It's just gets worse and worse.
To be honest, I would be inviting and friendly if she wouldn't have avoided even looking in my direction, but I think she was clear that she wanted me to stay away. I would love to hear what everyone thinks. I will go apologize to her if I realize I was the one with the attitude. Do not apologize.
Don't
do not
do that.
apologize.
Oh my
Apologies are for people that deserve them, and this
Yeah.
the girlfriend of your ex-fiancé does not deserve it. But there are some comments to finish this
Please,
story
at least
off.
some positive ones.
Comment 1 says, the petty in me would be inviting everyone I know to come over and hang out, especially when she's over. Yes.
Yes.
He's disrespecting you, and you've done so much for him. He's a big loser and user.
Yep.
Why can't you pay for the apartment by yourself and he can move out with his little girlfriend? You were already paying it by yourself before. Does he refuse to leave, or are you using this lease as a way to keep him within your grasp? Opie says, unfortunately, when I paid for both of us, I burned through all my savings. I can no longer afford the whole apartment by myself. He refuses to leave it to me too. He is concerned if I don't pay the rent on time, it would affect his credit since he's also on the lease.
Screw this guy.
Ooh,
Literally,
boy.
he's just
Ooh,
now
boy.
he's just taking full advantage of everything you got.
Yeah. Comment 2, a boundary has to be made. Tell him this is an uncomfortable situation living with an ex and he's making it more uncomfortable. That the least he owes you for your years together and the support you gave him is some respect in the place you call home. He can go to her house. Why did they insist on being in the apartment? It's sick.
Because she has the cats.
Oh, yeah. Opie says, you are completely right. He definitely has no respect for me. Unfortunately, we cannot force people to respect us. I also don't want to bring up our time together. He loves to say that I am trying to insert myself back into his life or sabotage his dating life.
I know.
Me, please clean your stuff from the living room. Him, you're trying to find a way to have a conversation with me because you want me to be in your life.
You live together.
Me, can you take the trash out this time? Him, you're trying to ask me to do chores and treating me like a partner because you want me back.
You live together as roommates.
Me, can you please make less noise? I'm sick and need to rest. Him, you're trying to make me feel bad so I don't go dating other people.
I've never wanted to drop kick someone so badly, but I'm ready.
I swear I don't want him back. I just need some respect. None of those sounded like you wanted him back.
We know you don't want him back.
It just sounded like you wanted him to do chores.
And be fair in this house that you share.
Yeah. Come on. Comment 3 says, keep all non-perishable foods in your room. No more snacks for him. And also there's probably like a cheap mini fridge that you can get on Facebook Marketplace. That's what my friend did as well.
I had a mini fridge and it kind of sucked, but it's kind of better. Yeah.
OP replied, ha ha ha, thanks for the suggestion. All of the snacks were bought by me and using my money, but I bought them for him when we were together. I don't eat those things. There wouldn't be a point of hoarding them away. Another reply says, then throw them away, smash them and let him see the crumbs. Still hide your food anyway. Comment 4 says, what's wrong with his girlfriend? Why would she even want to be in your place? She's gotta be a drama queen. I'm afraid if you bring it up, things will get worse. I'd be plastic wrapping the sofa and maybe the chairs too. They both have no class. And OP says, I don't know anything about his girlfriend at all, so I don't want to judge her. She may very well be an amazing person. Who knows? She's not. Maybe in a different setting, I would love to hang out with her. I don't know what Dave has told her about me, but she might think I'm crazy. After all, Dave does not use very kind words when he talks about his ex-wife. He may be using the same strategy when talking about me.
I'm
absolutely
sorry.
is.
This is too much. OP, you need to literally just get him out of the house.
Yeah. But that is the end of that story.
If you want more stories like this, search for our podcast, OK Storytime, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
I called out my boyfriend's sister-in-law's flirting. Now the whole family is in chaos.
Oh, all over some harmless flirting between in-laws.
My 30 female boyfriend, 29 male, has an odd relationship with soon-to-be sister-in-law. It's causing major issues. How do we solve this? My boyfriend and I have been together almost 1.5 years. This is the best relationship I've ever been in. He's a great person and we have no issues, except for his brother's fiance. When I first met her, I really wanted for us to be great friends, but that hasn't been the case. By the way, this comes from Harikari, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OK Storytime subreddit. So, literally the first time I met her, she was wearing a romper, came out of the bathroom, specifically went to my boyfriend to zip her up, butt to neck.
Hey, whoa.
I thought it was odd, but we just met, so I didn't trip on it. Before I'd met her, he described her as his relationship advisor, and that he told her about me and how excited he was about our relationship. But each time I've seen her, almost weekly in the 1.5 years, she's made me uncomfortable.
A long time for someone to make you uncomfortable consistently.
She'll pull him away to talk one-on-one. She touches him regularly, has little inside jokes, so I just sit there like an idiot, makes silly voices to him, makes weird double entendre jokes to him. Sometimes she'll be super nice to me, and sometimes she just straight up ignores me. I never know which version I'll get, so I always act super friendly, but it's exhausting. One of the last times I saw her, she was being friendly, but did take the opportunity to say, before you and your boyfriend started dating, we talked every day about all kinds of things. We were best friends, so now we don't talk as much anymore. In the beginning, he seemed oblivious to how inappropriate she acts towards him. I pointed out several times and got to the point where I told him if he doesn't shut down her weird touching, I'm either walking away or leaving because I'm uncomfortable. Issues with her have literally been our only relationship drama the entire time. We have never fought about anything else. Since making him aware, a lot of times when she starts touching him randomly or trying to pull him away, he'll resist, go somewhere else, whatever the case may be. But we seem to have an argument after each time we see each other. Yesterday, she and the brother received an invite from a mutual friend to see some live music. She was mostly fine, friendly, etc., but she chose the seat beside him. So I had to sit a couple friends away from him and was wiping his face, touching his face where he missed his spot shaving. Weird stuff like that. At one point, I just walked away and chatted with mutual friends. After we left, I expressed to my boyfriend that I feel I can't talk to him about my concerns with her because he gets so frustrated and says she's always been that way. They've known each other for 5 years. She'll be his sister soon. Whatever. He's doing his best to keep her in check, but she does seem to come out of nowhere with her touching and her snide comments to me that maybe only another woman could understand the rudeness behind. It turned into a loud fight, the likes of which we've never had. He's super apologetic today. He made a hurtful comment in the heat of the moment, and I'm sure I did too, out of pure frustration with the situation. Though I don't like her, knowing that we'll both hopefully be part of the family soon, I know we need to sort out these issues. How do we go about doing this? I've thought about going out for drinks with her and explaining my situation so she can't play dumb to how she makes me uncomfortable. He thinks he should talk to her solo, but that feels like I can't handle my own issues and would create more weirdness between the two of us. I absolutely love and want to marry him and really want this to resolve so our relationship continue to flourish. Edit, my last relationship before this one was awful. Cheated on, verbal and physically mistreated. I'm incredibly grateful to have the good man I have now. It took me a lot of work to get where I am emotionally, to be able to trust, control my anger in arguments, etc. Just because of the last one that was so awful and changed my personality. I don't want to see bits of the old me anymore, but I see little bits when we argue about her, and I hate that. But there is an update. I mean, it's good that you're aware, but your partner is being disrespectful, and he needs to shut it down a little bit more.
I want to know where the talk between OP's partner and her partner's brother is.
Yeah. If I were the brother, I'd be like, that's kind of weird.
Your future wife is like touching on me and stuff. She's trying to do the weird touch with me. I don't know what's going on.
Weird touch thing she does with you, she's doing with me too.
Yeah, you know that part how she does when she touches you because you're her partner? She's touching me like that, bro.
Yeah, have a conversation. I think having a conversation with the girl probably hopefully helpful.
I don't know. I really don't think that that's going to get anywhere because it sounds like she'll just deny. She'll just be like, I don't know what you're talking about. That's so weird that you're so insecure. I don't understand.
Let's find out what this update has in store. This is my update from my last post. Friday evening. I went to a female family gathering. Future sister-in-law was there. She avoided me the entire time. I want nothing more than to get past this and move on, but was sort of following her lead and left her alone. She texted asking if we could talk. I said sure. She said my boyfriend told his brother I wrote the text. He never said that. She clearly didn't believe me and kept trying to find ways to prove that I wrote it. That I said no more family gatherings and we don't want to go to their weddings because I hate her. That I'll hate any future child they have because it came out of her. I was absolutely shocked because I never said any of this, and I know my boyfriend never said any of these things either. So his brother is making up these cruel lies for some unknown reason? It's either her or the brother. If it's her, it's because she's jealous and she's, I don't know, trying to like ruin this relationship. Or it's the brother and he wants to, I don't know.
See, exactly. That's why it's like, I can't find a single reason why he would do that.
She said how awful their family is and all she wanted was to make me feel included, and now I've stabbed her in the back. She demanded an apology. I refused and told her to have a good night and left. That's how you do it. If you're talking to crazy, you just leave.
Yeah, you can't argue with crazy. You just got to say, okay, bye-bye now, bye-bye.
Sunday, we go to the parents' house for dinner. All of us were there. Things were fairly standoffish. At one point, I was inside with future sister-in-law and the dad, making light small talk. Their mom grabs me and future sister-in-law to speak in a back room. She's a few drinks in, gets all teary-eyed that her boys are in turmoil. Basically saying I'm the root of all the issues, so I need to get over it because she's not having her family torn apart. My boyfriend loves both of us equally. Ha! And I need to deal with that because they've known each other 5 years, far longer than we've been together 1.5 years. Wait, the girl is saying that OP's boyfriend loves both of them equally?
I think that was what OP's mom said. OP's boyfriend's mom is being like, it's fine. He loves you and his brother's fiance the same amount, which is the normal thing. We should say it's normal and not weird.
That touching is normal.
That is not a weird touch. You take that back right now.
I can't come in and try to dissolve all female relationships in his life. She left, and future sister-in-law and I were talking calmly, and I was expressing clearly that there was miscommunication between the boys that seemed to be ramping this up. She agreed.
She's like, I don't know what's happening, but things are getting a lot weirder.
Then we hear screaming from the living room, glass breaking, so we go out there, and that's when all the real drama starts. The brother kept pointing at me with a legit unaliving look in his eyes, calling me a manipulative bee and a psychotic bully, all kinds of things. It was a screaming match, everyone telling each other to F off, and his mom was like, well, you started all of this, and now you have nothing to say. Defend yourself. His brother is like, she's playing a game. She manipulated my brother away from the family, so she's sitting there all pleased with herself. The effing dumb bee. Yikes.
Hey, brother, just want to let you know when you berate and curse at a woman as a man, you lose a lot of credibility right there.
Doesn't look good for you, buddy. The mom was trying and failing to moderate this because the brother kept screaming. He was telling her to go F herself, saying any awful thing he could think of about me. He came incredibly close to my face. I don't know if he wanted to hit me or intimidate me. My boyfriend pushed him away and yelled at him. The brother kept making these moves like he was going to run at me. The future sister-in-law kept holding him back or telling him to take a walk. He was furious.
I'm starting to understand now why his fiance is flirting with OP's man, because she's probably looking at him like, oh yeah, no, I did pick the wrong brother. I picked the beta who tries to like pump fake like a woman he's arguing with.
Mom kept saying I need to grow up and deal with my insecurities. Kept saying that over and over. At one point, I asked her to stop calling me insecure, and she said it was the first time I defended myself, and now she respects me a little bit more because I stood up for myself.
Wasn't this whole thing her defending herself?
That's so funny. OP's like, hey, stop. And the mom's like, oh.
I didn't know you had game like that, OP. But on a real level, am I wrong, or isn't all of this coming from her trying to defend herself?
It absolutely is. She was like, hey, I don't like this attitude. And now the mom's like, that wasn't good enough. This went on for 2 hours. And because I don't deal with issues by screaming and name calling, I was frozen. My boyfriend was saying a lot to try and defend me, that they were his concerns and didn't come out of thin air, which riled everyone up more. It was absolute chaotic madness that I've never been a part of before. At the end, their mom tried to laugh off the entire thing. She's like, wow, that was a lot. Wow, we really get up to crazy things on Monday night.
This is going to be such a funny story at my book club this Thursday, I swear.
Girls are gonna love this.
They're just going to think you guys are the biggest characters.
They're going to go bananas. At the end, their mom tried to laugh at the entire thing. I was in total shock because I've tried so hard to be kind and respectful to the fam and always had a great relationship, especially with their mom. So I was taken aback. My boyfriend spoke to his mom the next day, canceled all future plans with the fam, saying I was attacked. It was uncalled for. He was furious. His brother has legit issues, and the mom makes excuses after excuse for his absolutely terrifying behavior. But you guys don't have any excuse for not listening to full episodes with stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app and search up OK Storytime.
Do that. And I see you there not doing it.
Come on, be better. But there is a teensy little bit left.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I think the path that we've ended up on is the right one.
And I really hope that the sister-in-law leaves, or the future maybe no longer to be sister-in-law.
It sounds like that the sister-in-law and the brothers.
But I think the sister-in-law is realizing that her brother-in-law sucks a lot. And so she's like, whoa.
She's trying to get herself out of it. I think no future family events sounds like a great plan.
Good idea. But there is a little bit more to this story. I seriously don't feel comfortable even being near his brother again. He sounds so close to really losing it. And I'm actually concerned for my safety at this point. I thank God my BF has the complete opposite personality, but I have no clue how to move forward from this. As much as I never wanted to see the brother again, I know that's not possible. I'd be willing to speak to him if he could act more normal and calm, but I don't even know if he's capable of that. Help. And comment 1 says, sounds like brother is projecting here. Absolutely. Maybe he too thought she was highly inappropriate with your boyfriend, and now it's been brought to light. He has to face his feelings and is taking it out on the wrong people. Also, boyfriend's mom sounds like an effing idiot. Doesn't matter if she's known him for 30 years. She was incredibly inappropriate. End of discussion. You're his partner. Doesn't make you insecure because you have boundaries, and don't think it's appropriate for someone to act like your partner's girlfriend. The only way forward is for him to go complete no contact with his family.
That's not true, but it's certainly one of the simplest ways to move forward. I think there's a path to get back to something there. I think it was dead on where it's like, now the brother is realized, like it's been called out. And he's like, yeah, my fiance is flirting with my brother. And that's way too hard for me to comprehend. So instead, I'm just going to get mad at the woman
OP says, thank you. That's how I feel too. There are sibling relationships and romantic, and the lines should not blur. The fact that everyone is blind to it and making me feel like I'm crazy is unsettling. Unfortunate timing. Today is my B-day. His mom dropped off a card and a present for me. No interest in the present. Almost feels like an attempt to buy me off, so to speak. Absolutely, it's an apology present, and don't take it.
Hopefully they had your birthday present picked out already. They're like, ooh, not only did we get into this fight, we don't have a birthday present.
Now I have to get her a gift. But I opened the card out of curiosity. We hope to have better memories with you in the future. This is after spending nearly every weekend and holiday at their home, missing out on time with my own family, doing my best to forge the best relationship possible I can with his parents. What a punt in the nuts. And that is the end of that story. Boy, oh boy. I mean, like, definitely you should get away from these family. You don't have to ever see them again. Low contact, I think, or no contact, maybe. But that's on your partner to decide.
I think the biggest thing needs to be, which I don't think it'll happen now, but I was wondering why the brother on brother conversation was not happening. And it feels like they probably have a very contentious history or relationship there.
If this was how he reacted, there's got to be something before this. Like, this can't just have been the first thing.
It's very unlikely. But you know what is likely?
That this is the end of the story. My girlfriend got upset when I told her to buy new clothes. She didn't like my reason.
Are you going to pay for them? If that's not happening, then
why are you even saying anything? I'm 23, finishing my last year for my master's. My girlfriend, Sarah, is 20 from the same university. Her parents are abusive and they all grew up dirt poor. By the way, this comes from Consistent Outcome 8. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OKStorytime subreddit. So, Sarah is very beautiful. With no clothes on, she's literally the sexiest thing alive to me.
all right.
Whoa! The problem lies in the addendum with clothes on. She dresses like an effing homeless person. You're the a-hole. Her clothes are all tattered with holes in them and worn out. They don't fit properly, and most of her outfits just plainly look ridiculous. She would wear red on red and look like an effing period stain. She gets them from the local Goodwill because it's the only thing she can afford. It's the only thing she can afford. Perhaps we can use our brains. I'm genuinely embarrassed sometimes when she accompanies me to dates because I scratch my head thinking how someone so beautiful can show up looking so ugly. She doesn't have money!
Oh my God.
My parents and friends have commented on it too. Heck, just last weekend when we went to the pool, my mom said, wow, I didn't know your girlfriend was actually pretty. It's because she wore a plain bathing suit the whole time. I mentioned the abuse thing because I feel like at some point growing up, her parents had to have been negligent to let their child leave the house looking like that. My parents are upper middle class. Because I got enough scholarships to go to school for basically free, my parents decided to give me $50,000 as a graduation gift that I never touched. I decided, hey, maybe I should help my girlfriend look presentable. So I gave her a $5,000 gift card for Macy's for our 1-year anniversary yesterday and told her that she can use it for a shopping spree. She was very grateful, but said she couldn't accept it. I'm sorry, I probably wouldn't accept $5,000.
Yeah.
That's insane. I would be so uncomfortable. She was very grateful, but said she couldn't accept it. She gave me a watch and a card, which I loved and am very appreciative of. I asked her why not, and she said it was too much. I told her it was just as much a gift for me as it was for her. And when she asked me to elaborate, I basically admitted that her clothes make her look like a homeless person and wanted to teach her how to dress and give her a new wardrobe.
Okay, part of me, obviously, terrible thing to say. Part of me is really excited for like the 2000s montage of like shopping spree that could happen. Hate how it came up.
See, if this were in early 90s rom-com, but you're also you're enemies to lovers, like you're not in a relationship, but you're enemies to lovers,
you're like somehow
you're
assigned,
fake dating or something,
like you're somehow assigned to like help this girl out in some sort of weird program,
and you're like, oh girl, you really need a makeover. She actually got really offended at me and we had a huge fight. She accused me of finding her unattractive, which is absolutely not true. She just can't dress. And told me if I just wanted a trophy girl to look at, find someone else.
Yeah, period. Good on her for saying that. Yeah.
I tried to be as sympathetic as I could, but frankly, I was pissed off by her reaction. I didn't even put the onus on her to buy new clothes. I gave her $5,000 to buy a whole new wardrobe, and she reacts like this? You are so out of touch, it's shocking.
Oh my goodness.
It was very inconsiderate, over-the-top reaction, especially considering I'm the one paying for it. My friends all agree with me that what she did was over the top, but my sister said she was probably embarrassed in the way I went about it, and I was being a clown. At least your sister can have a little bit of sense. I truly don't see how I'm in the wrong at all in this situation. So Reddit, help me understand. Am I the a-hole for offering to pay for a brand new wardrobe? We're about to witness a level of evisceration that we don't often see in Reddit stories.
Yeah, or at least we see it sometimes, but this is the most justified.
Oh boy, I'm excited. oh boy, I'm excited to let you get eviscerated. Relevant comments. Black and shredded. You're the a-hole 100% unequivocally. LMFAO, you compared her to a period stain?
Yeah.
The way you speak about her is appalling, but I'm not surprised by how self-absorbed person and egotistical you come off in your post. You fail to see why your girlfriend's feelings might be hurt. Take a step back, think of productive ways to address the problem, and stop acting like an effing tool. OP says, I didn't compare her to a period stain to her face. I was just saying that to emphasize how bad she's at dressing up and how bad her clothes are. I truly think the people saying you're the a-hole just don't realize how bad she dresses. I get shat on all the time. It's not like, wow, she should probably choose a different outfit. It's more like, what the F? Why is she wearing dresses with giant holes in them with tattered shoes that don't get together?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Kurian says, you're the a-hole. Did it never occur to you that maybe she likes her clothes? OP. She literally wears clothes with holes and admits she has absolutely no fashion sense. I've had 4 different friends on different occasions ask me why she's wearing what she's wearing. For example, one time we went on a fancy dinner date and she wore a tattered red dress shirt 3 sizes too big with a skirt with polka dots and looked just silly. I get I sound blunt, rude in my post, but I'm trying to emphasize just how bad she dresses. Kurian says, so that's a no. You can't imagine that she might actually like the clothes she's chosen. Opie says, no, she doesn't love dirty, dingy clothes with holes in it. If anything, she might be too prideful to take money from me, but why would anyone like old, tattered up, dingy, discolored clothes? She might like her style, but the quality of clothing is atrocious. Korean, I know people who like wearing dirty things with holes in them. You've talked about what you think about her clothes. You talked about what your parents think about her clothes. You talked about what your friends think about her clothes. But you don't seem to know or care what she thinks about her clothes. That's why you're the a-hole. Any response other than, I previously asked her and she said she didn't like her clothes just makes you worse. Honestly, even if she said she didn't like her clothes, you're still the a-hole.
Yeah.
I'm
absolutely.
sorry. Offering someone $5,000 and telling them that, insulting how they dress.
Yeah.
Again, for a person who can't afford to buy better clothes, you are the a-hole automatically.
Yeah, like if this was something where it was like, you know, she expressed a lot of curiosity or like excitement about clothes, but she just couldn't afford it and she like really wanted to, you know, shop here and there or whatever, and then you gave her this gift card because of that, that would be super nice. Still a lot.
Yeah.
But the fact that you're just like, yeah, please spend my money. Please spend $5,000 of my money so that you don't embarrass me in public. It's like, get over yourself.
Oh my God.
Get over yourself.
Edit, I got a few comments already that I only mentioned looks, so I'm the a-hole. But why the heck would I mention things like how much I love when she kisses my cheek when she thinks I'm asleep? Or that when she goes to the store and asks if I want anything and I say no, she'll still pick up something small just because. Or the fact that we communicate amazingly and for the most part never have any major conflicts or any other non-appearance looking attribute. It just wasn't relevant to the station at hand. Edit, I want to reiterate, I'd be fine with her shopping at Goodwill if she bought clothes that made her look presentable. I'm just saying her fashion sense is atrocious, mixed with the fact that she does tend to buy dingy clothes that tend to get rips, holes in it easily. She never replaces her clothes, so she wears years-old hand-me-down clothes with horrible fashion sense, so she looks silly. I know me continuously reiterating just how silly she looks makes me sound like an a-hole, but I literally get people commenting on her fashion sense. Literal strangers comment on it. She looks genuinely ridiculous, and I don't know how to emphasize just how bad she dresses without sounding like a tool. Last edit, I genuinely don't think people understand the extent, so I'm gonna list some experience I've had with her dressing like she does. The one I've mentioned in the OP, my mom, when she said, I didn't think she was actually pretty. I was hanging with some friends and some strangers, and when my girlfriend went to the bathroom, a stranger said, it looks like she just came from panhandling.
So here's the moment where you think
Stand
to
up.
yourself, hey, I love my girlfriend. I still think she's beautiful. I don't care what she wears. I don't care what strangers think. That's what you say. That's what you say in that situation. Not like, oh my gosh, I can't believe a random person thinks my girlfriend was panhandling. Ah, that's not what you say.
I've had a stranger ask if we had a costume convention we're going to. On 2 different occasions, I've had young children comment. The first said, "Why do you look so funny?" And the second said, "Why do you dress so strange?" I've had multiple different friends on multiple different occasions ask why she dresses so eccentrically. It's not just me acting like a wiener or being shallow. It's a genuine problem. No, it's not. But I will say that she doesn't purposely ruin her clothes. I'm certain she either is just unaware of how she dresses. A couple of abuse victims commented and said it was likely because they were mistreated and they share similar experiences as my girlfriend. Her wearing bad clothes isn't a fashion statement. I'm pretty sure she's just unaware. Verdict, a-hole. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there is an update. Edit, we have since talked about the problem and it's pretty much resolved. So I finally talked to my girlfriend, she's with me right now. Before I had a chance to apologize, she burst out crying. When she finally stopped, she was able to open up. Apparently her parents were extremely abusive, even worse than I originally thought. Up until she was 18, she only had one outfit, just one. Her parents had a ton of weird, oddly specific ways to control their children, like for example, they tried to force her to be right-handed because she was lefty, or they made her only take cold showers for mental fortitude. When she finally got from her parents' control, she had no idea how to dress. So she went to Goodwill and just bought a bunch of colorful clothes that looked neat. She had absolutely no experience in dressing herself, and she never really felt like she should ask. She just assumed one shirt, one pant equals one outfit, regardless of the color, size, wear, tear, etc. When I pointed out her style was strange, she got extremely defensive because she was never confronted with this before. She thought her sense of style was average, and when in previous attempts I tried to subtly bring up to wear a different outfit, she just thought that outfit was bad. When I explicitly said in general her style was bad, she just felt completely embarrassed. We're going shopping tomorrow and buying her a bunch of new clothes. I apologized for not bringing it up more tactfully, and she insisted it was okay, and she probably wouldn't have gotten the hint if I kept beating around the bush. But we don't want to beat around the bush with you because you can listen to full episodes of stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up OK Storytime. But there is a little bit more left to the story. I guess I'm glad that you guys worked it out. Yeah, my advice for you, OP, is to work on how you talk to people.
Absolutely. Because even from like the beginning,
Yeah.
even if it wasn't some sort of like, thing about the clothes being, tattered and torn and like cheap clothes or something like that, even if it was just genuinely she wanted to wear red on red and wanted to look like a period stain, because no, like I'm so for like experimenting with your clothes. Just
agree.
wear what you want because that's fun, especially if she has no like outer influences. I know like there's all of this stuff in her past which just emphasizes the problem. But even if that wasn't the case and she just genuinely didn't pay attention to it before, just genuinely didn't have like trends pushed on her and stuff like that, then that's even better that she has this like just creative like mind of just being like, oh yeah, these colors look great, I like these colors, so I want to put them together and I want to wear them.
That's such a great point, because I feel like finding, as someone who like I grew up going to Catholic school and wearing a uniform all the time, when I started wearing my own clothes and picking out my own outfits and stuff, it started off like probably not great.
Yeah.
And then, I've started figuring out what my style was.
Absolutely.
And I would say like sometimes I do dress a little bit more like eccentrically or, not trendily. And because I like it and I like dressing kind of, I love colors. I love patterns. And it's like you're figuring out your own style.
Yeah.
And just because it's not, trendy or something or what other people think that you should wear.
Yeah.
Who cares? Thank you for the people who tactfully told me I was the a-hole, and thanks to the others who took my concerns seriously, besides just completely dismissing me because they personally hadn't had my experience. Black and Shredded comes back with another relevant comment. I read through all OP's replies and edits, and I decided to change my judgment. According to OP, he gets countless people comment on his girlfriend's appearance, including having people be genuinely surprised when not in clothing, had complete strangers comment and say it looks like she came from panhandling, had young children comment, children are brutally honest, Had many people comment and ask, I don't think I'm particularly materialistic, but if that many people are commenting about her clothing choice, something is wrong. If one person did, then he's an a-hole. If 3, they're the a-hole. But that many, I'm starting to think you may have a point in being embarrassed. You didn't approach it the best, but that can be blamed on your autism. Being autistic doesn't completely absolve you, but at the end of the day, you were trying to do a nice thing and just went about it completely terribly. I can't in good conscience keep my previous judgment. I do recommend talking to her, obviously, but you said you plan to later. Good luck. I hope everything turns out well. What you gonna do when I think the responses to this aren't fair. Just because you didn't see ahead what some criticisms were going to be doesn't mean that your responses aren't true. Reddit loves a bandwagon. I don't agree with these comments. I also don't think they're fair because I believe you wrote your post more harshly than you probably presented to her. But Reddit assumes the worst in that situation. Okay, well, Reddit seems to have turned around on the last post.
Interesting.
I don't agree, but I'm glad that OP, seemed to have come to some sort of realization.
Yeah, glad they talked it out. Glad, they can figure it out. But definitely
Work
not
on
the
your
way to go
tact.
about
Work
it.
on your tact.
Yeah, absolutely.
And don't just hand out $5,000 to people and then be like, why won't they take them? Aren't they grateful?
Yeah, that's kind of like really condescending, especially since you
So
want her to
condescending.
change.
Yeah,
the
you
style to be
directly
less
want her to
embarrassing.
change because you're embarrassed of her.
Yeah, that's extremely condescending.
Yeah.
Patronizing.
My girlfriend's rude stepfather made me feel unwelcome. I'm never coming back.
How rude.
My girlfriend and I have been together for 1 year, having met on a dating app and hitting it off well. My girlfriend Cindy is a wonderful, beautiful, sweet, kind, loving person who I am so lucky to be with. By the way, this comes from user Carpaggio Throwaway, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. In the 1 year we have spent together, we have fallen very much in love. We share similar interests, have similar senses of humor, and care about each other very much. We've been largely long distance until now, and we're thinking of living together within another year as we both graduate college and plan to move to a major city to pursue our separate dream. Things have been moving into the really serious phase as we've started spending time with each other's families over the past months. I've met her father's side. Her parents are divorced, as are mine. Her family on her father's side live in town with us, while she's met both sides of my family who also live in the same town as us. All that was left was to travel to the East Coast to meet Cindy's mother, Fanny. There just so happened to be some events happening that gave her a reason to go back home, and she wanted me to come along to meet her family. So we decided to make a road trip out of it. We've been here for literally just 1 day and are planning to stay until Tuesday. So 5 days. We arrived today, went around town as she showed me around for a bit, then went back to her mom's to hang out and eat dinner. Her mom is nice enough, not particularly welcoming, but greets me and chit-chats with me, which I tried to reciprocate politely. However, then Tim came home, her mother's boyfriend. To my knowledge, Tim and Fanny have been together for a number of years since Fanny's divorce, and all I have ever heard from my girlfriend is how much of a piece of crap this guy is. Examples of what she's told me about him include calling her derogatory nicknames like princess because that's supposedly how she behaves. Note: my girlfriend is the furthest thing from a princess I could imagine. She's one of the most giving, caring people I know. She hardly asks for anything. They constantly guilt her doing things like washing dishes overly loudly to make sure she knows she forgot to do them or didn't do them up to his standards. It isn't even his house. They aren't his dishes. He's apparently not even legally allowed to live there as part of the divorce, even though he keeps 3 of his ratty old cars he claims to be fixing up there. Once yelled at her because she wanted to go to a college he didn't want her to go to. What? I don't understand how it's any of his effing business she isn't his child. Tom is, from what I can tell, the source of a great deal of anxiety that Cindy deals with regularly, and frankly, I understand why. Anyway, he comes home and pretty much immediately starts doing the same crap to me. Immediately gives me a rude nickname, laughingly and proudly refers to himself as a wiener, then asks me if I have any dietary restrictions, which I don't, before telling me good, because he doesn't make accommodations for them.
What's the point of asking?
This guy just is the most annoying guy ever. He really is like a 5-year-old. He's a 5-year-old in an adult's body.
That literally sounds like what people in my elementary school would say.
Yeah, this is like,
Like,
you know
like,
what?
oh, no one asked.
He then starts to cook dinner before interrupting our conversation by asking me, do you want to be treated like a guest or like family? To which I said, what's the difference? Then he responds, do you want to feel like you belong? To which I said, sure. Then he responds, good. Then take out the trash, and walks out. I've been there for all of 30 minutes. Now, I'll gladly clean up after myself in someone else's home or offer to help out with chores as a polite guest, but this was incredibly rude and completely disrespectful. Later, as I went to take my dishes into the kitchen, I thanked him for cooking by saying, thank you, sir. And I got a gruff, don't call me sir, as a response. Individually, that in itself wouldn't have bothered me if I hadn't known that there was nothing good-natured about it. Also, before you ask, no, he was not joking about any of this. I know because my girlfriend told me he doesn't joke when he does that. He's incredibly rude, and I have every reason to think he'll continue to be as long as I'm here. He's around pretty much every day. It shook me up so much that I ended up excusing myself to go to bed very early because I was so uncomfortable being in the same room with him. I've dealt with rude people, but never had someone make me feel like an intruder in their home when our stay had been planned weeks in advance. So I'm not going to lie, all right? Really quickly, I know I'm yapping. My advice to these kinds of people, this kind of guy is like this because nobody just goes, who do you think you are, Tim? And as soon as you say that, he's going to go, who do you think I am in my house? You're being ridiculous, Tim.
Yeah.
Tim,
yeah.
who do you think you are? Put him on blast.
You gotta talk to him like a child, and not in a way where it's like, oh, like blah 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 blah. Not in that way of talking like a child, if that makes sense.
No.
But just being so above it and just being like,
buddy,
is that, like, what do you mean by that,
buddy?
Like,
Buddy, that's not how you talk to people.
yeah.
What are you doing? In short, he is a complete butt, an utter butt. And I don't know how I'm going to be able to get through a week with him. I'm concerned that my girlfriend and her mother essentially just let him talk to me this way, and knowing how anxious my girlfriend is, she isn't going to say or do anything about it. What can I do? How can I get through this week and keep this person out of my life afterwards? You already know what I had to say. Andrew, do you have a take? Is it physical violence?
Violence is always still an option. That's gonna be on the table. But honestly, my real answer though, I feel like really you just have to show that it's not affecting you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if there's, it doesn't seem like he's being passive aggressive, but like I've responded to passive aggressive people before by taking what they're saying very literally. You know, like I won't say examples, but
I think this guy's being incredibly passive aggressive.
yeah. Okay. Well, I'll give an example
not even
then.
less passive, more actual aggression.
So one time I was beefing with this person, and at one point she was like, oh, like, isn't it so nice to like have such great friends and to be there for and supporting your friends? And I was like, yeah, it's great. And because she was like trying to dig at me because she felt like I wasn't doing that to her.
Right. She's like,
and
isn't this
it
nice?
wasn't like that. And so I was just like, yes, it's really nice. And then she kept going. I just like laughed at her. And it was like, very subtle things. You just got to act like it's, don't need to come back with any comeback. You don't need to be angry and blow up about it. You just need to be like, what are you doing? Like, what's going on over there?
There is an update though. So, since the events of my last post, I spoke with my girlfriend the following morning, expressing how disrespected and unwelcome I'd felt, given the way Tim had treated me after I'd driven halfway across the country and spent my own birthday money to bring Cindy back to her mother for a visit. I told Cindy that I wasn't going to put up with being treated like an intruder, and that I wanted to stay in a hotel room or find alternative sleeping arrangements for the rest of the trip. I said that I would be happy to go to dinner or something with her mother, but that I didn't want Tim there because of the way he'd been rude to me. I was surprised at how well Cindy took all this, and she said she understood and that she'd hoped Tim would be better behaved than he had been, like he's a dog or something. Fortunately, she had an old friend who completely understood the situation with Tim and offered to let Cindy and I stay for a couple of nights until the trip was over. If I haven't mentioned, basically everyone who knows Tim, apart from Cindy's mother, thinks he is absolute trash and no one understands what she sees in him. Tim and Fanny were away picking up Tim's son, Michael, 16 male, and wouldn't be back in town for another day, so Cindy and I ended up staying over at the house again since they were gone, and decided that in the morning we'd pack all our stuff and bring it to her friend's house. Cindy would find an opportunity to talk to her mother in person about the reason our stuff was gone and explain that we'd be staying somewhere else. Fast forward to the next night, at which time we'd loaded all our stuff up into the car and were simply waiting for them to return when Fanny texts that their flight is delayed and they won't be returning until very late. Cindy tells her about the situation over the phone and tells me her mother sounded annoyed but understanding. We go to Cindy's friend's house and go to sleep because we're attending her friend's baby shower the next day, as is Cindy's mother. The next day at the shower, Cindy and I go and have a nice time until Fanny shows up and pulls her to the corner of the room to talk about the situation. She and Cindy talk, but Fanny begins making an absolute embarrassment of herself, crying openly in the middle of someone else's baby shower. She could have easily gone outside to have this conversation and telling Cindy that OP needs to fix this situation, saying how I'd apparently been disrespectful towards Cindy's family because I didn't stand up to shake Tim's hand immediately, and how she sees traits in me that she saw in Cindy's father, whom she is divorced from. She then leaves in a huff, having made quite the scene, and my girlfriend tells me what happened outside and says how upset she is with her mother. I found out later that after this all went down, Fanny talked with Tim and called Cindy's father in my hometown to talk about how disrespectful I was with Tim, saying Cindy was choosing OP over her family. Cindy consults with her father, who suggests that for the sake of smoothing things over with everyone, we be the bigger people and invite them out to dinner. I really didn't want to see Tim again, especially now that I knew he'd be aware of my reason for leaving, but Cindy understandably just wants her mother to love me the way she does, and so I agree to go to dinner. After a couple of hours, Fanny and Tim accept, and the four of us, along with Michael, meet up that evening for dinner. It is an excruciatingly awkward dinner. Everyone is civil and polite, but it's clear that Tim is uninterested in getting to know me, though Fanny does make some small talk with me. At the very least, Tim says nothing rude to me, and I don't talk much throughout the meal. When the waiter asks about the check, I offer to pay, but Tim basically ignores me and insists upon separate checks. We leave town the next day, stopping to visit Cindy's other family, all of whom love me. It seems clear that the commenters on the other post were correct about how toxic Fanny and Tim can be, and with any luck, I'll be keeping them out of my own life, if not Cindy's, as much as possible. Edit, Cindy's dad was completely supportive of us throughout the whole thing, and he took the call knowing Fanny was in the wrong. All right, I've gotten loads of comments that seem to think Tim was just joking, that I'm probably just being ridiculous when I say that everybody hates Tim, so I'm going to list out some more rude crap things he's regularly done to people that I don't think I need to go into. Hopefully, it won't make people so sure that I'm some whiny kid who can't handle joking. Tim has repeatedly called my girlfriend a B in the past. Tim tried to force Fanny to put Cindy's brother in the military. Not that she could have, but he still tried, keeping in mind these are not his children. Tim makes comments about women that are extremely inappropriate. He points out when Cindy's friends have skin showing or have gained weight. And by the way, the archive of full episodes with stories just like this is constantly gaining weight, because we're always adding more stories to it.
There you go.
You can find it on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen with your ears to podcasts. Just search OK Storytime. There's a little bit, oh God, we have some more, just a couple more examples of Tim being a jerk. Some people are not confrontational. I get that. This is a guy you got to confront. Hey, Tim, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Sorry, why did you just talk to me that way? Just like not even in like a, don't match his energy, stay calm, stay cool. Right? So that way, when he starts going off the handle, you go, Tim, look at yourself. What are you doing?
Exactly.
I'm just literally talking to you like a human being.
Right.
And you are reacting this way. What's going on, Tim? Are you okay, Tim? He'll probably start crying. Like, honestly, he's a 5-year-old in a grown man's body.
Yeah. He's going to start crying.
Just press him.
Yeah.
Don't let him get away with this. Tim gives rude nicknames to everyone, not just me. Everyone I've talked to hates it and does not think it's funny or a joke. Tim has had falling outs with nearly everyone in Cindy's family. Every family member I met on the trip thinks he's incredibly rude, abrasive, and borderline abusive, including Fanny's own parents. And that is the end of that story. Yeah, because Tim sucks.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So when Tim starts sucking, you got to be like, hey, Tim, why you suck so much?
Quit it, can you, please?
Well, that's the end of that story.
Wow.
My girlfriend's mother wants her to date another man, even though we're in a relationship.
Just put on a mustache and a disguise and become the other man.
I met her mom once at a wedding, and it didn't go as planned. It wasn't awful, and I didn't make a butt out of myself or anything like that. I just didn't have a conversation with her as much as she would have liked, I guess. I was just so distracted by the friends and the usual wedding antics. This is the one and only time that me and the mother have met in person. I've met the dad a few times, and we're cool. By the way, this comes from Deleted. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. Now, this was years ago. Since then, she's always had a slight distaste for me. She doesn't hate me, but she never gave me another chance. I recently found out that she argues with my girlfriend very passionately about how I am not the right one and how my girlfriend should date other people. These arguments have been happening every time they come to town or my girlfriend visits them, at least once or twice a month, and apparently it got really intense last week. My girlfriend says her mom had a nervous breakdown halfway through the argument while my girlfriend was defending me and giving her the reasons why she likes me. She's extremely stubborn, and I think that's being generous. She does this to my girlfriend's dad too, always mentioning how she could have had another life without him, wishes she had dated more, etc., etc. By the way, they got married in their late 30s. So now there's this guy. I don't know his name or who he is. My girlfriend's mom knows him through one of her friends, which is her son. She keeps asking my girlfriend to go on a date with this guy and gets more adamant about it every time my girlfriend mentions me. Lo and behold, my girlfriend buckled and accepted the date. She says it's the best solution to the problem, that maybe if she just goes on one date and explains to her mom why she didn't like him, it'll thaw the situation. So the date is being set up as we speak. I'm torn. Of course, I didn't agree with it. I asked what my girlfriend would think if I were to do that, and she said it would hurt her a lot. I know it's only one date, but I can't stand the thought of another guy trying to put the charm on my girlfriend. Also, if I give up my self-respect by giving in, her mom will walk all over me every time. I thought of every alternative under the sun, even told my girlfriend to mention to the guy that she's already dating someone. Yes, I got furious when she told me that she wouldn't quote unquote ruin the date like that. As much as I tried to think of an alternative, I got shot down, and it made me think that maybe my girlfriend's mom finally got inside her head and now she does want to date other people. She even said, well, if the date happens soon, I can't say no. After I asked her to buy us some time by putting off the date until we figure out a rational solution. She did have one good idea though, to write her mom a letter letting her know that I'm aware of the situation and that I would love to meet her one day. Just a simple and nice letter explaining why we've come this far and how much the situation means to me. I already did, and I'm planning to send it out once we've proofread it together. However, I feel like the situation has already worn us down to the point that we both feel like we're on different wavelengths all the time. The part that hurts the most is that we had a perfect relationship with each other and we never did anything to hurt one another until this got in the way and made things awkward between us. I'm not sure what to do or how to approach it. It's depressing my girlfriend, and trying to buy time has taken a mental toll on both of us. I don't want her to go on the date at all. I would never forgive myself for letting it happen without trying my own approach first. Edit. Thank you for all the responses. I assure you that I've read each and every one, and I'm trying to respond to them while I'm at work. I would also like to add that if my girlfriend does choose to go on the date, she's doing so against her judgment and plans to keep it as brief as possible. Still doesn't make it any more appropriate, but I just thought it would be fair to clear that up. Edit number 2. Her mom doesn't want us to break up, but that she just has this insane belief that my girlfriend should keep the relationship open until she decides exactly who she wants to be with. This is dumb for 2 reasons. Number 1, my girlfriend has dated quite a bit and she knows what she wants. And number 2, we've been getting along incredibly well for the past 2 years. And for some reason, her mom is convincing herself that that is not genuine, possibly underlying issues. Edit number 3. Thank you all for continuing the discussion with me. I have a pretty clear picture of what I should do now when she gets back in town. I will post an update after we have a conversation about it. In the meantime, I ask you all to believe in the ones you love. We have the update, and I think post date. So I had a talk with my girlfriend last night. I told her to basically put her foot down now or we'll have to suffer her mother's toxicity for the rest of our lives. She said there was no way she could do that to her mother. We argued about it for 2 hours, and I told her that she needs to grow a backbone because if not me, her mother will control every other aspect of her life and continually cause unwanted misery towards her and everyone else she decides to date. Kind of a fair point. It came out that the date I mentioned in the post has been set up and she has agreed to see him. I blew my lid and told her that it disrespects me, our relationship, and herself. She even admitted that her mother has, in fact, manipulated her into believing that having an open relationship is a great idea. But now I've lost all respect and trust for her, and there's no way to earn it back. She said she would compromise by going on one coffee date with this guy just once, and then we will take a break for a month. How is that? Sounds worse than the original plan.
Yeah,
how is that a compromise?
It's like instead of just going on one date, it's like now I'm going to go on one date and we break up for a month.
Yeah. For the sake of leaving things amicably, I agreed, quote unquote, to the compromise. But I told her that once I walk out, the chances of her seeing me again are slim to none. She cried about that, and for once, I didn't feel sympathy for her. I comforted her while she was crying, but my mind was already checked out. I'm curious what the next month will bring. She said that she will still keep in contact with me in some way, but I'm not intent on contacting her anytime soon. I'm just pissed that I left some books there and that I was currently in the middle of reading.
Yeah, hey, well, at least you've got your priorities straight in the moment, I guess, because she chose her mom, dude.
Yeah.
She's
And
not...
mystery man.
Yeah. I really I see a lot of people in chat being like, she just wanted to cheat. I really am not picking up that vibe whatsoever.
I think she can't stand up to her mom.
Not at all. Like,
Yeah.
even if it came between standing up to your mom or our entire relationship is over, she still can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's truly like OP was right. Like, hey, if you don't stand up at some point, then you run the seemingly very high risk of your mom just like getting some encouragement that she can control you more and just
Yeah.
going down that path.
Setting the precedent that mom's just going to be able to railroad all of our decisions and our thoughts in perpetuity now.
We need to
And
train
it's
for that.
like, I can't sign up for that. I can't sign up for that. You have to be able to pick us over your mom.
We got to get the shovel. This train is, like you said, running off the rails. We need to get the shovel, pick up the coals, and throw them off the side because this train has to stop. Maybe I'll just shoot her a text in a couple of months just to pick up my books. What hurts the most is that we had such a great relationship together. We got along well, our arguments were very few and far between, and they usually ended on a good note. It was a perfect relationship, but an external force caused the downfall. It hurts because I had no control, and I basically had to give up an incredible relationship for the sake of pleasing someone that only matters to a certain extent. By the way, do you know what matters, Dakota?
More than
Keon?
anything in life.
More
You
than
guys.
more than anything in the world?
More than you guys?
Only second above our amazing community. What matters so insanely amazingly? Our podcast.
Woo!
Boom.
Search OK Storytime on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, where you've listened to your pods. And we have 2,000 episodes for your ear holes. So check it out.
We've broke 53 days.
53 days. I feel like OP was like, oh, our relationship was perfect otherwise. But I feel like this actually exposed that the relationship was not good because she was susceptible from pressure to her mama.
I guess it was just she wore her down over time, huh? It's probably happening for the whole relationship.
Arguing every time she sees her. I mean, that doesn't excuse her, but that is a lot.
She's got to be able to, recognize that is something that needs change. And OP being like, hey, you need to put your foot down with your mom or this ain't working. And
Yep.
she goes, I literally can't do that.
Then you
It's
don't
like,
get the
all
relationship.
right.
Yeah.
You picked mom.
You picked mom. You're in a relationship with mom now. Opie says, I just feel so defeated and I never had a chance to defend myself or fight back. If we hated each other, I would understand, but we didn't. This breakup will stink for a while. I'll admit that. I've never been in a relationship like this before. It was so great, and then it became a train wreck literally overnight. And edit, wow, thanks for all the supportive comments. I just want to make one thing clear. I haven't actually agreed to the compromise. I'm just a nice person at heart and didn't want to storm out of there with a big F you attached to the story. Please remember that we had some great times, and I still think she's a kind person, maybe not towards me or herself, but we're all human after all. I only half-heartedly accepted the compromise so we could have an amicable split. Of course, I won't take her back after a month or follow through with the compromise. Closing question for you, Dakota. Was that not a move? To agree to the
No,
compromise?
that
Yeah.
was not the move.
Yeah.
So you've left it like a hanging Chad.
Ooh.
It's unfinished business.
I guess who's going to become president?
Yeah, and now mom's president now.
Exactly.
Because no, you don't need to do that. You can, if you know that already in your heart of hearts, you just go, you know what? I'm not okay with this. I don't want to take a break. I think we should break up because I can't beat your mom in the context of a relationship.
And you're within your right. That's
So-
it. I agree.
I don't know the whole like it turned into a train wreck overnight. It's like sounds like her mom was like drip feeding her like your boyfriend sucks
Yeah.
for a long time.
Yes.
So probably not overnight.
Yeah.
She needs to work through that
Yes.
before she can be in a relationship, I
That's-
think. My brother expects me to get along with his girlfriend after she cheated.
That ain't gonna happen, brother. Watch out, partner.
So, I'm running into a bit of an issue with my brother's girlfriend. The thing is, I just don't like her. I have a multitude of reasons not to like her, but the main issue is that she cheated on my brother and has a history of cheating, so I just don't trust her, and I don't want to see my brother hurt again. By the way, this comes from user FitAd1556, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So, she slept with a married man at her last job and told everyone about it, and then cheated on my brother with a coworker. I love my little brother to death, but we have always been super close. I said some nasty things to her when it all went down, but we moved past it, and I got along with her enough to be able to hang out with her and my brother, but I could never look at her the same. Now, this is really complicated, so I will do my best to explain. You'll honestly read this and think this is a group of teenagers, but hey, some people never grow up. The thing is, she lies and likes to stir up drama. It is super messy because my brother, his girlfriend, and my boyfriend and I used to all work together. So we're all involved in a large friend group of coworkers that used to all hang out. My brother's girlfriend, Sarah, cheated with one of our coworkers we can call Nick. Nick was also a long-term friend of mine and my boyfriend's. I don't know what Sarah told everyone, but when it happened, everyone pretty much took Sarah's side and removed Nick from the friend group. He eventually got fired. Kinda suspicious, right? Don't get me wrong, Nick is also in the wrong for betraying my brother and participating in the cheating, but it was always weird to me why everyone had a problem with Nick but not Sarah. Yes, little double standard there, perhaps. The thing was, during their whole relationship, Sarah was accusing my brother of cheating and made everyone think he was a bad guy. Projection. Come to find out, she was the one cheating all along. She also made everyone hate Nick. While my family was on vacation, Sarah called my brother and told him that Nick was hitting on her and made it seem like she was all innocent and Nick was coming on to her. In reality, we found out later that she was staying over at Nick's house the whole time we were on vacation. So she got my brother to be mad at Nick and think he was being this horrible person when actually Sarah was actively cheating. There were so many weird lies like this, so I don't like her, not only because she cheated, but because she's a liar and stirs up drama. But anyways, I used to be pretty close to all of these people until we found Sarah was cheating. I cut out Nick from my life out of loyalty to my brother, but I couldn't really get rid of Sarah because my brother stayed with her. Then my brother told me that some of the girls in the group were talking about me behind my back and didn't want to invite me to the girls' nights anymore. I thought, fine, whatever. I'll move on with my life. They are all super close to Sarah, so I figured they didn't like me after I went off on her for cheating on my brother. My brother and Sarah specifically told me that two girls in the group, Katie and Lily, still had a problem with me for being friends with Nick. What's funny to me is that I'm not friends with him. I haven't spoken to him since everything went down, but everyone thinks Nick is the villain and I chose him over Sarah. Whatever. When my brother told me this, I honestly didn't care and moved on because I have other friends. So what was funny was that Sarah would reach out to me and try to get me to go to their girls' nights still. And I told her, no, I am not going places I am not wanted.
Okay, so OP just doesn't want to be friends with Sarah, and everyone took that to mean, oh, you're taking Nick's side. And she's like, no, I'm not talking on Nick either. I just don't like Sarah.
No, she didn't like either of them. She took neither of their sides. She was like, Nick's bad, you're bad.
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. She's like, I don't like Nick either.
But I'm also telling you off for cheating on my brother. And then Sarah's like, she just went crazy. Anyway, she would beg and I would tell her no. And then she would cry to my brother that I'm rejecting her. No, I just don't want to be friends with people who don't like me. And I told her this many times. So jump to this week. My boyfriend has a conversation with Katie about the whole thing. And he tells her why I didn't want to go to girls' nights anymore. Katie is genuinely shocked. She says she never said anything like that and she missed me and wanted me to go to girls' night and did not know why I wasn't going. I was confused and a little frustrated because I was always the closest to Katie, more than any of the other girls. So when I found out she had a problem with me, I was a little upset. I also had a 2-hour conversation with my brother on the phone to try to get clarity on what was actually going on. He tells me that he never said that those girls didn't like me, even though I have proof in text messages that he did. So I decided last night that I would sit both Sarah and Katie down and figure out the truth. Katie told me she never had a problem with me and missed me, but was also trying to mediate and defend Sarah a little bit. Sarah was very angry the whole time and was gaslighting me.
Oh, Sarah.
Oh, Sarah.
Why gotta I keep doing that? Sarah, watch your back.
We're on to you, Sarah. She told me that my brother and her never said that Katie had a problem with me. She didn't know what I was talking about and then accused me of holding a grudge against these girls for no reason. The reason I held a grudge was because they told me they didn't like me. And it honestly didn't even sound like you held a grudge. It sounded like you were just like, all right, I guess I'll move on.
It sounded like you just didn't hang out with them. Why would I hang out with people who don't like me?
Yeah, I find out they don't like me, I move on. Not even a grudge. It's just like a decision. The conversation went nowhere. And she told me that I just push everyone away and she tried so hard to be friends with me, but I was making it so difficult for her. I'm just confused because, first of all, why do I owe her a friendship? And I did try to make it work with her. I still invited her and my brother over and we all hung out even though I had issues with her. I just think that somehow I have become the villain to her and my brother when they are the ones that made me feel this way. My brother has been defending her to the end of the effing earth and they are both spewing the same arguments. Now they're saying that it was all just a miscommunication. I'm just annoyed because clearly they lied to me and are continuing to, and they're gaslighting me, and now they're calling me crazy. I love my brother so much, but I don't know if I can repair my relationship with his girlfriend. Am I going to have to apologize to make this work, or do I just stop trying to get them to see my side and move on? I think option 2.
Yeah, I think it's move on. I think that it doesn't seem like Sarah's a good person.
And it would be exhausting for you to try and, cater to all of her many complaints and problems and stuff.
Yeah, just move along. I really only care about my brother and not any of these other people. So do I put up with this BS for the sake of my brother, or do I stand my ground? I'm meeting with Sarah again tomorrow. Am I the a-hole here? And I don't think so.
No.
There's an update.
I don't know what you would say to Sarah at this meeting.
I don't think there's anything worth saying. She's just going to deny it. She's just going to be like, nuh-uh. And you can be like, I have the proof right here. She'll be like, those are fake. She's impossible to work with. So just move on and tell your brother he can do better, and that, you won't be associating with her because she's terrible.
Yeah, but she doesn't want to lose her brother, which is tricky.
Update. Okay, so most of you told me not to engage with my brother and Sarah anymore. I also mentioned that I was going to meet with Sarah, but that never happened.
Probably for the best.
I didn't mention this in the last post, but she sent me a long message and asked, are we actually going to talk in person like adults? Even though she's the one who texted me in the first place, starting the drama. She basically said that I was singling her out and she doesn't know why I hate her so much, blah, 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 blah. Hey, you cheated on my brother. And there it is, folks. And there it is.
Maybe think, Sarah. Why could OP possibly not like you?
Could it be because you're a little liar who cheated on her brother? I told her that I was happy to meet up with her, but she told me, never mind, and that she had nothing else to say to me. LOL. I told her that it just seemed like she was stirring up drama for the sake of it, and if she was talking crap about me to her friends, then she could have just not said anything, and I would have never known. Instead, she decided to tell me that her friends were talking crap, and for what reason? I also told her that I am not obligated to be friends with her just because she is my brother's girlfriend. She's lucky that I tried it all after she cheated on my brother.
Exactly. Put her in her place. She's really on her high horse after she cheated.
I mean, I guess it makes sense because she thinks she can just get away with anything forever now.
I mean, the brother is proving that she kind of can, and at least in his eyes.
Yeah. I mean, brother is like, yeah, no, you actually can cheat on me with whoever you want at any point and any time. I'm here for it. I wasn't aggressive or super mean, but I wasn't nice either. She blocked me after that. So after that, I did not see her much, but my boyfriend does have to work with her still. And I saw her a few times at family events. I'm trying to remember everything that happened, but basically the girl just loves to stir up drama and make herself look like a victim every chance that she gets. She's one of those people that when she interacts with other women, she seems super nice and fun when you first meet her. Then she starts saying sly remarks about you, does not know how to keep a secret, and will pit people against each other and act like she has no idea what's going on. Men love her, at least stupid men.
Men love her. Women want to be her.
Fish fear her. She is a dolphin. Around men, she overdoes the spiciness, loves to talk about how much of the spicy sleep that she's had, and all the crazy little spicy tango moves that she's done. One thing that always gets under my skin is how she's so comfortable talking to my boyfriend, but it's like deer in the headlights when she sees me. That is always a red flag to me. Anyways, the biggest update I have is that they broke up.
Wait, your brother and the cheater?
Yeah.
I would be doing the little freaking Wizard of Oz, like ding dong, the witch is dead, all the live long day.
Finally, my brother won't tell me much because he knows I hate her, but he says it was mutual. However, they are still having the spicy sleep.
My dude, brother.
It doesn't really feel like a breakup to me.
This guy stinks.
So from what I know, they sleep together, but they are not dating and don't hang out outside of just doing the spicy tango.
That's wild.
Come on, guys. We don't need it, right? We don't need that. Sarah loves to share how much spicy sleep she's having with my brother and is gross about it.
Who is she telling these things to? Or is she telling them to you? Because that's weird.
Luckily, I'm never around her since I don't work there anymore, but my boyfriend has to hear it and tries to shut her up, but she just talks about it to other people.
Dude, you know how you can prevent that, my guy? Stop sleeping with your ex-girlfriend.
Agreed. Don't do that. So there is one girl who works there that is actually very similar to Sarah, as in flirting with guys, even though she's in a relationship, stirring up the drama, can't keep a secret. Sarah has always been insecure about her. This is the girl that she has told everyone she thought my brother was going to cheat with, even though nothing ever happened. And she was the one that was actually cheating. When she's around this girl, she is super loud about the spicy sleep she's having. My theory is that even though they broke up, she's still trying to claim her territory. Another thing she has been doing is walking up to my boyfriend and asking, "Are you mad at me? Do you hate me? And I feel like you've been acting differently towards me."
Sarah, you're exhausting me.
Yeah, I would just be like, yeah.
Yes, I hate you.
Do you hate me? Yeah.
Pretty quick.
I'm sorry, but have any of you ladies ever asked another girl's boyfriend that before? I think it's weird. The thing that comes to mind to me is the little anime ooh-woo girl with the fingers. Are you mad at me, ooh-woo?
Are you mad at me, senpai?
Oni-chan!
I just admire you so much.
My boyfriend does hate her and hasn't been super nice to her ever since the drama happened between us. I think she doesn't understand that if you piss me off, you've pissed off my boyfriend too. My boyfriend played into it for a while, saying, "Yeah, I am mad at you, and yes, I hate you," and then brushing her off. But finally, he told her, "Look, you've done things to my brother that I don't agree with, and you've also pissed off my girlfriend. I'll try to be cordial at work, but I just don't agree with the things that you have done because you have messed with two people that are close to me, and I just think you like to stir up drama that I don't want to be involved in." She said she appreciated his honesty, but that was not the end of it. Of course it wasn't. She continually asks him this to the point where my boyfriend is just annoyed with her and dreads working with her. I forgot to mention this, but she has stirred up drama with my boyfriend before. I was throwing a birthday party for my boyfriend, and his best friend, Nick, was scheduled to work that day. My boyfriend messaged a coworker asking her to cover his friend's shift, saying, "Nick is my best friend, and he's the only one that I really care about going to my birthday party." For some reason, this coworker showed the message to Sarah, and she got upset with my boyfriend. Why? She said, "Do you not care about me going? And I thought I was your friend." My boyfriend told her point blank, "Sarah, go if you want to or not. I don't care. Nick has been my friend since childhood, so yes, I care more about him going than anyone else." He was a little harsh, but he was just fed up at this point, and her asking that is just weird and flirtatious. He apologized later, saying he was sorry if he sounded harsh, but he's just fed up with the drama. I wouldn't even apologize. Well, you don't care if I go?
No.
Not particularly.
I thought we were friends. Nope.
Not ever since you cheated on my girlfriend's brother. Yeah, I don't know. And you're kind of just being cringe, and I don't like you.
Being cringe. Loser.
I hope you can handle that. And if not, don't talk to me about it because I don't care. Talk to someone else.
Talk to your mirror because you're the only one who wants to hear about your problems.
Some people just need to learn how to handle the cold water. Some people need to just get the cold water, splash, and then you go, "Oh, okay, I'm all wet."
Have I been dressing like this the whole time? Yeah, because you got egg on your face.
She then told everyone that my boyfriend was mean to her and made him look like an a-hole. I looked at the text message he sent, and to this day, I have no idea why anyone would get upset over that message. Another problem is that my brother is a complete dumb butt and no one seems to get through to him. Not only is Sarah loudly talking about spicy sleep, but she is also, you guessed it, talking crap about my brother to everyone in the store. Honestly, after she cheated on your brother with his friend and then he got back with her, your brother is dumb.
Embarrassing.
That's a dumb thing to do.
And then breaking up with her and then still sleeping with her. Not good.
She's saying things like my brother fat shames her and that he is obsessive of her. She's been telling my brother that all of these girls are saying these things to her and that she is defending him. He's acting like he has no idea why all these girls don't like him all of a sudden and are saying these things like, "Hello, dude, turn on your brain." I danced around the subject at first because I know he won't listen to me, but then gently I said, "Do you think that some of these things could be coming from Sarah?" He immediately got defensive and said, "No, you just don't like her. That's why you're thinking that." I reminded him that all of these girls are Sarah's close friends and told him to be careful. My boyfriend has been trying to knock some sense into him too. He told him that he heard her talking crap about him and told him that he shouldn't be sleeping with her or comforting her anymore because she's just lying to everyone behind his back. I don't know if their spicy sleep is just phenomenal or what, because I think my brother knows deep down that he needs to distance himself, but he just can't seem to get away from her.
It's not phenomenal. It's familiar.
She's always calling him, crying, and he's still running to her rescue. By the way, you can run to full episodes full of stories like this. All you have to do is run to iHeartRadio or Spotify or Apple Podcasts and search OK Storytime. And what will they find, Sophia?
So many stories.
So many. And you can listen to them all.
A lot of stories.
I know that breakups are hard and it doesn't always happen that quickly, but my biggest concern is that she's going to wrap him back in and they'll get back together. I also just think he needs to stop trusting her so much. She's talking crap about him, then crying to him when she wants comfort and booty calling him. My question now is, how do I knock some sense into my brother before he ends up back in this toxic relationship? That is the end of that story. My advice, dude, lock in.
Lock in. Stop talking to Sarah. Have your husband. Maybe you can talk to HR or something. Be like, Sarah keeps me and my partner.
Yeah, that could be a thing. I mean, your partner's going to have to deal with whatever's going on at work. But in terms of like trying to get your brother to see the light, I don't think you can. You can just be like, look, I know you don't want to hear this and you're not going to believe me, but I have to say it so that I can make my peace with it. Sarah's not good for you. She's manipulating you. She lies. She's just a deceiver. And you are doing yourself no favors. In fact, you're doing yourself a disservice by continuing to see her. She's just going to try to finagle you back into a relationship, and I won't support it, and I love you.
And there we go. And that's a great way to do it.
And he'll be like, oh, you just don't get it. You'll be like, actually, I get it, and everyone else gets it, and you don't get it. But just let me know when you realize it, and I'll only say I told you so once. Just once.
Just once, and then we'll move on. I'm finally meeting my online girlfriend, but her anxiety is raging.
I mean, it's scary meeting up in public and in person.
Me for real. A couple of years ago, I, 29 male, met a girl, 29 female, through an online circle. We talked frequently, and it was always a great time. She's very passionate about a lot of the same things I am and is very career-driven, which is something I'm looking for.
Cute.
By the way, this comes from Throwaway the Used, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OKStorytime subreddit. So, early last year, she opened up about having feelings for me, which I was receptive to.
Let's go.
We started spending more time online together, and eventually it got to the point where she would be telling her coworkers and family members about her boyfriend. This didn't bother me too much. I'm very interested. But for me, I had to meet her to seal that deal. Fast forward to Christmas, and my gift to her was going to be a trip up to meet her, USA to Canada. The trip was very expensive, but worth it. We had talked about me going to meet her a few times and thought it was better that way, as she has a lot of anxiety, very important for later.
Wait, so are they boyfriend, girlfriend now, but they have not yet met in person?
Well, it seems like they're boyfriend, girlfriend on her side, and he's just like, I guess.
Yeah, we're boyfriend, girlfriend on my mom's side.
And health issues that would make it much harder for her, especially in this current political climate. Well, that trip happened this weekend. I'm currently typing this out from my hotel room, which I've spent the vast majority of my time here alone in.
Cash money.
The trip to see her started off how I expected. I don't know the city at all. It's a country I've only been to a few times, and I was nervous myself. I took a 40-minute Uber to my hotel and expected that by the time I got there, she would have worked out her nerves and be ready to meet me. Unfortunately, her anxiety was extra bad, and it took her another 2 hours to work up the courage to drive 5 minutes to come see me. This didn't bother me at the time. I knew it'd be rough, and I'm a patient dude for the most part. We met, she was shaking and bawling her eyes out, but overall, it was great. Dang, that's tough.
I guess there's a lot of buildup.
We shared some hugs and we drove to her place. She lives with her brother, so I was able to meet him and we chilled out for a little while. Her anxiety was still through the roof though, so we didn't actually do much for the next couple of hours. She wanted to drive around and show me stuff, but couldn't. Eventually, she decided I should probably Uber back instead of her driving me. The next morning, I was up extra early. She usually works nights, so I figured she wouldn't be up for a bit. Not knowing the city, I chose to stay in and wait until she was awake. 4 hours later, she messaged me. We talked for a bit, and she told me she wasn't quite ready to see me as the nerves were still there. That's fine. I found a substance store in walking distance where I could pick some stuff up and get us some food at a local spot before meeting up. Fast forward about 2 hours later, and I finally get back to her place. She doesn't eat anything and tells me that her brother, her, and I are going to go to a get-together and hang out with a bunch of their friends. That's cool. I ask her how long we'll be there, and she said a few hours. We leave, and it's about an hour drive.
So it sounds like right now she's kind of introducing him to her world.
Yeah.
Besides all the anxiety and stuff, I don't know if I see like too many red flags.
Which also, it seems like she thoroughly prepared him for it because he was like, yeah, I expected to wait 3 hours.
Yeah.
Every one of her friends was great, super welcoming, and she seemed really happy to introduce me as her boyfriend. The little party lasted a good portion of the night. We didn't talk much as I was usually getting bounded by her friends, or she was playing a game or something. Around 10, when we go to leave and there's still plenty of night left, I figured she tends to be up until 3 or 4 in the morning, so...
Dang, get some sleep, girl.
Well, I mean, he said he woke up and she texted like 4 hours later, so...
That's crazy.
So I was pretty pumped to get to spend the rest of the night together. However, as we get in the car, she asks her brother if it's cool that she takes me to the hotel before they go home. He says, yeah. And I just get to sit in shock the whole way back that she's too drained to spend a couple of hours of quality time with her boyfriend she just met. At this point, it's all starting to catch up to me and I'm feeling pretty bad.
So he's like, oh, I'm being left out.
Yeah. But the thing is, it seems like he's expecting a lot more closeness, which is valid.
I mean, I do think that is valid, seeing that he flew out to a country he's never been to spend time with her.
And she's also calling him her boyfriend.
Yeah, but not necessarily acting with the closeness that that title.
However, it's also kind of somewhat understandable that she's treating him like a stranger or, you know, a new friend because he is. Like they've never met in person.
I mean, I think they have enough closeness that at least like the communication should be there. But it seems like the main issue is just she's not spending like time with him.
One-on-one, yeah. I get back to the hotel room and I'm just confused by this whole trip. I'm alone in a hotel room in a country I don't know with my girlfriend a few minutes away, not knowing what to do. What the heck is going on? I fear messaging her about it is going to make her anxiety worse, but at this point, I don't know what to do. Communicate. I think that if you are afraid that you can't even communicate because of her anxiety, that's not going to work. You have to communicate. And also, it probably would help with alleviate some areas of anxiety because she, you know, a lot of anxiety is making up terrible scenarios about, you know, things that you don't know for sure. I'm set to meet her mom in the evening for dinner. And at this point, I feel like I've met everyone except for my girlfriend. So I message her that. She's very apologetic, saying her anxiety is through the roof still, and she wanted to make this trip worth it for me, but she's just drained. She makes an effort to let me know she's still very interested in everything, but she knows if we're alone together, nothing would happen because she's just too nervous. She hasn't been in a relationship in a couple of years, so it's hard for her. I tell her I don't even want to try anything intimate if that was her fear. I've barely hugged her this trip, and there's a lot more steps in that process before anything like that could happen. I just want to spend more quality time together. And she said tomorrow, after I meet her mom, there will probably be time. I mean, I understand that he literally flew out, but it does feel like everything is being rushed. And also simultaneously, this feels like the first meeting.
It's like, let me introduce you to all my family and all my friends, but also let's not spend too much time together. I feel like if we were to rewrite this a little bit and try to maybe take it a little more balanced on either side, it would be like, let's not meet the whole family.
Let's not call each other boyfriend, girlfriend until we met each other.
See how it is to hang out one-on-one. And then maybe let's add the title of boyfriend and all the parents meeting.
I do think it is fair that she wanted to meet him with other people around. I think that's kind of a safety thing. But I feel like it's weird to do that and call him your boyfriend. I feel like it sends some kind of mixed messages.
I feel like spending some time one-on-one, if you want this relationship to progress, you got to do it. Might be scary, but you got to do it.
All that said, today is my last day here. I leave early tomorrow morning on a flight. I feel like this whole thing has been a waste, and I'm still just confused. I wanted to spend quality time with her, not sit in a hotel room alone for most of my trip. In my mind, she would want to be with me every waking moment of this trip. Our time is so short. We've talked about it for ages, and I thought that was going to be the case. I don't know if the relationship can last after this. And there are some comments and an update. Any thoughts?
I mean, if she can't spend one-on-one time with you, the relationship isn't going to work. So yeah, I can understand this kind of like this trip shaking your trust in the relationship. Again, I would talk to her about that as soon as you can.
The problem is that everything that she's probably worried about of getting to know you can't be fixed once you go back to just an online relationship.
Exactly. Like he is right. This is precious time. You got to use it.
Are You on email says you have one more night in this city. You will probably not visit again. I say go out, explore the city with whatever time you have left, find some cool local food stuff and go to a bar or two. Sorry your trip has not worked out like you would have liked it to, but might as well make the most of what little time you have left. Franjo Manjo says, you had to give it a shot, but it sounds like it didn't work out. You need to be honest and tell her how this made you feel. If she wants to keep seeing you, she's got to travel to you next time. If she's too anxious for that, then you're not compatible and wasting your time. Yesterday morning, I woke up, made the original post, and waited nervously for her to wake up. It once again took a couple of hours. A little after noon, she finally messaged me. Is this girl going to bed at 3 a.m. every day?
You know what? Time difference.
She said we had dinner in the later afternoon with her mother, and I could Uber over to her place whenever. A few of you suggested I should just call off the dinner plans, but I decided to stick it through.
I don't like how he traveled all the way over to there and now he's having to like Uber to her.
Yeah. I went up to her place shortly after that and we spent some time watching things. She was having a better day, so we sat close. And while we didn't do anything, brother was in the small house, it was some quality time I had been looking for. So she brought it back.
Aw, dude, maybe she can save it, but I'm not super hopeful right yet.
Dinner with her mother was great. We connected well. And she seemed to genuinely be excited for me and her daughter. We left with a hug from her mom and went back to her place. It was a lot more of the same thing as before, so while it wasn't alone time with her, it did feel more one-on-one, and we had a good time. Was it exactly what I was expecting on the last day of this trip? Not really, but was it nice? Definitely. It was getting late, and I was half expecting her to want me to Uber back, but she drove me herself. She helped me confirm my packing for the flight early this morning, and we ended with a kiss.
Okay. They smooched. We brought it back. Let's go. I think if they hadn't smooched, it would have been done. Dead in the water. But the smooch might give it a few more months at the very least.
We got to texting a bit, and we realized she hadn't taken a photo of us for a frame she had bought. I was pretty sad that we hadn't, and the few pictures of us from that weekend didn't really fit the vibe she was going for. I mentioned that I should just Uber back. 10 minutes later, waiting for a response, and she tells me to come down. Anxiety be danged. She did drive back just for the photo and another goodbye smooch. Okay.
I think we are looking much better than the last update.
So overall, it wasn't the perfect weekend, but I'm going to stay cautiously optimistic. I think it was a mistake to not make the trip longer. Honestly, it seems like a couple days. Honestly, it probably would have been better for you to have that kind of awkwardness buffer. Well, we'll see how things go when she has to decide if she wants to make the solo trip down here for an event closer to this summer. By the way, you can make a solo trip down to your favorite podcast app, such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio, and search Bookie Storytime, because we got episodes just like this.
Plus more. Days and days and days of nonstop audio into your ear holes.
But there's a little bit left to this story. Do you have any final thoughts?
I mean, so what he said is like, I want her to come to me next time. Yeah. I doubt that she's going to be able to. If she's having this much anxiety on her home turf, there's no way she's going to get on a whole plane. She can't even get in a car.
She worked up to it.
She worked up to it, but I guess I'm just like, let's see if she can handle you going there again.
I think you just have to talk about her chipping into the flight stuff, you know? Like, I think in her ideal world, it probably would have been best to go for someone who is a little bit closer to home. But this is kind of how it worked out. And it seems like her anxiety is not going to go away. It's going to be a big part of your relationship.
I guess I just don't want him to build up this expectation. It's like, yeah, she's going to come to me next. You know, I just don't think that's realistic. But we got a little bit more of the story. Let's see.
To clear some things up, she's on medication and goes to a therapist, though her current therapist is very new to her. Normally, I wouldn't be into a long-distance relationship, but our likes and interests align well, and it's something I've struggled to find around me back home. My last relationship was decently long and taught me that was something I valued a lot. And some last comments. Grimwork says, hey, I just wanted to say that I get where you're coming from. Years ago, I met someone online and we talked and connected in ways I never had with another person, but she was 3,000 miles away from me in the US, her in the UK. Oof. We did the whole online thing for months, and even online it got spicy. But when she came with her brother to meet me in New York, it was weird for the first few days. I think the issue here is it was a very short time for her, especially since she has all kinds of anxiety. Meeting you was probably the most anxious thing for her, so in a way, you were the reason why she was so standoffish. I will say, for me, it's now 17 years later, and we've been married for 15 of those.
I love that.
I'm now in the UK with her after years of her living in the US for me. The bemused muse. I had an online friend, and we were chatting for a decade or more. It became apparent that we were probably in love with each other. But one or other of us has always been in a relationship. Well, one day we were both single and we were like, well, should probably find out. So I traveled 5,000 miles to see her and there was no spark. All the 10 years of friendship, flirting, closeness, nothing in person. Anyhow, my man, you're doing better than me. I wish you luck. You know what? I think this comment right before this comment, I think had a great point of sometimes meeting people in person is just really awkward. And then you need a minute to get over the awkwardness. Like, that's just how it is.
So I'm meeting up with one of my friends that I haven't seen in like 5 or 6 years for the first time. I think that's going to be kind of weird. I'm a little nervous, but is that the end of that story?
That is the end of that story.
Her parents ordered me to sleep on the couch. Now it's their turn.
I sentence you to one night on the couch.
I, male 25, and my girlfriend, female 26, have been together for about 4.5 years now. Her and I moved in together just over a year ago as well. We were going to after her degree, but a falling out with her roommate happened, which led to us moving in a year early. Our relationship has been fine. We don't argue often, support each other's separate interests, and overall living together has been quite hassle-free. By the way, this comes from Character Ad 30, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OKStorytime subreddit. So the only thing that has caused minor arguments between us is that she hates confrontation. For example, she works as a supervisor part-time, and where she works, the people being hired for her to train are paid more than her. She hasn't gotten a raise of any kind in over a year, which is illegal. She refuses to bring it up to the manager or anyone at all. This is frustrating, especially since she moved into my place. She hasn't been able to afford to put anything forth. I own the place myself, including paying for our car insurance, gas, all of the bills, except for we go 50-50s for groceries. It's been tough for how much I get paid because it's not a lot, but it shouldn't be much longer.
Ooh, someone's getting a raise.
Someone's getting a
Ooh.
raise. Anyways, her family and I have been decently close. They've helped me move a couple of years ago. They helped her move in the last year, and we visit them for all major holidays and visit decently often since we got together. Her family and I don't agree on one thing, which is my religion. Ooh, and depending on where you live, that might be the breaking thing as well.
Yeah, it can be a tough one.
I am not religious, but they are quite Christian, and my girlfriend is non-practicing unknowingly to them. So whenever I go over, they are overly over the top on everything. My girlfriend's words, not mine, on their religion, and constantly try to force me to join them in their practices. Whenever I decline, they say things under their breath like, oh, he'll fix you.
That's
And,
so, I hate that because it's so condescending.
In a half-jokingly manner. I say things like, oh, I'll pray for you. I'll put Bible verses in your
That's
pockets.
different. That's better.
Yeah.
Being like, I'll pray for you is different than like, oh, we'll fix you. Oh, I know you're saying no right now, but we're going to get you.
I got you some holy water.
Dude, drinking holy water's got to be so refreshing.
But we never visited for long, so it's never been much of an issue. Usually 2 to 4 hours at a time. They live around 6 hours away from us in another city. My girlfriend moved to my city around 7 years ago before we met. This is where I believe, and everyone else, that I am being the a-hole in the current issue.
Okay.
We stayed at their house for the first time overnight a couple of months ago, and while there for around 6 hours, it was all going well until it got around nighttime. They told me I should get the couch ready, and I was confused as my girlfriend has a room sizable for the both of us, so I questioned. I thought I'd sleep with girlfriend's name, and they declined, saying that our relationship wasn't at that level in their eyes. Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Brother.
That's fair.
That's the fairest thing I've ever heard. You know what you're signing up for?
Come on.
Super religious family? Sleeping
on.
over in their house? You think they're just going to be like, yeah, start doing the horizontal mambo over there and we don't care. We
Not
don't
gonna
care
do
you're
it.
not married to our daughter. We don't care.
Not gonna happen. I mean, I could have saw that from a mile away, dude.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
As soon as the sentence started, I was like, oh yeah, okay. I see where we're
I
going.
hope that's not I hope this does not become the focal point of like, and that's why I hate her family. Like, come on, brother.
I have some thoughts on it, but I am leaning that OP low-key is the a-hole here. Because it's their house, their rules.
Well, I haven't seen it. Yeah, they could be. If they're like, oh, whoa, like then.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
really it depends on their reaction here.
I accepted and did not want to argue, as it's their house and their rules. Okay, all right. But I'm quite tall. 6'6".
All right, show off.
And I grew a lot of that when I was young and in an incredibly short amount of time, which resulted in a lot of medical back pain and issued for my entire life, making me unable to do sports I used to love. So I told them I wouldn't be able to sleep on the couch, sadly, especially since it was barely bigger than a love seat.
Okay.
But I would be more than okay purchasing a room at a hotel for myself or my girlfriend. They also live within a couple of minutes from some hotels, so I'd most likely be able to find a room close by. They said I was turning it way too big of a deal and to respect their beliefs. And after a back and forth, they eventually said they gave up and told me to sleep wherever I wanted. They were not happy and went to bed themselves. I was going to purchase a hotel for myself, but my girlfriend got upset at me for attempting to do so, so I stayed on the couch, which resulted in zero sleep and my back hurting for a couple of days. But at least I was able to watch some good movies. I nor they brought it up the next day and we eventually left. Since then, I felt quite guilty as my girlfriend said I shouldn't have argued in their house. Okay, so I'm on OP's side now. I thought he was going to be like, well, I just should be able to sleep with my girlfriend. But he said their house, their rules. Okay, so I'm on OP's side now. Months later, they were wondering if they could visit us and stay with us. My girlfriend and I agreed, of course, but before they arrived, I let them know that our couch wasn't quite big enough for two people, and they were very confused. I told them they would be sleeping on the couch, and they asked why. I told them I felt they didn't respect our relationship to their standards, and I followed the rules under their house, so they should follow mine.
Oh my God, no.
Bro, this was your turn to become the bigger person, and you're at their level, dude.
Come on, dude. Now you're just being like, it's not even like a gotcha. It's like you're just being kind of childish and cringy, I would say. That's what I would classify this as.
I agree.
Childish and cringy.
They argued once again that since they are married, their relationship is more respected than ours. I told them that being married doesn't mean that for me, and if they are coming to my house, they will follow the rules of such too. They end up hanging up and texting my girlfriend they would not come over until I would apologize to them and was in the right mind. This led to my girlfriend and I arguing about this, and she agrees that their relationship is more respectable due to being married, and I told her that marriage isn't what grants me respect for a relationship. It's the foundation it's built on and how two people treat each other and those around them. So, should I apologize and allow them to sleep in the spare bedroom? My girlfriend believes I am being incredibly childish, petty, and unreasonable, which I definitely agree I am being petty, but I still don't feel right allowing them to do whatever they want in my house if they don't respect my relationship with their daughter. Bro, they were happy and didn't say anything about us moving in, but feel weird about us sleeping in the same bed at their house, which I found weird, but also never brought up.
That is actually kind of weird.
Wait,
when
they
you think
were
about it. So they move in together, they live together. The parents didn't care about that, but now at their house, they're like, "You got to sleep on the couch." It's like we already literally live in the same house together.
Yeah,
So that's kind of cringe on the parents' part. But you can't do this back. It's crazy.
Well, like,
they're married. Of course, they're more legitimate. I mean, of course, I don't like what he's doing, but I also don't like that the parents were weird about that. But then they live together in the whole hotel. Like, whatever, do whatever
Christian,
you want.
They're Christian. They're like, you got to be.
It's less about
married,
that and more
you know.
about them being like, no, you can't go to a hotel. You're making this too big of a deal. It's like, I can't
the hotel
sleep on
thing
your
was
couch.
weird, yeah.
But all of this is, everyone just kind of needs to like let people be more.
Yeah.
But clearly, we're talking about the OP. He's like, I agree I'm being petty, but it's like you were also being childish and unreasonable.
Yeah.
Like,
come on, dude. Comment 1. What does your girlfriend bring to the relationship? Whoa.
dang.
It sounds like she is content to slog away underpaid while you take on the burden of most of the finances.
Where did it sound like that, you joker?
Because
there was
earlier
one sentence at the beginning of the story.
Well, earlier, yeah, they briefly
It's
mentioned
crazy.
it. That seems inadequate unless she takes on more of a burden in the home. So if you're paying more, she has to take more in the home. Regarding sleeping on the couch at their house, I understand it is their house, and many religious people do not allow unmarried couples to stay in the same room overnight. How is that your girlfriend didn't already know this? She should have discussed it with you in advance. Well, she's non-confrontational. Many couples opt for a hotel room close by, so there isn't any conflict in these situations. Do you really have a medical condition that made it so painful you couldn't bear it? And if so, then it seems your girlfriend could not care less about your comfort. Why was she mad at you and didn't want to sleep on the couch? couch with a medical condition? Could it be that your girlfriend is hoping this situation, her parents' position, and her agreement with it will convince you to propose? Who the heck is this commenter? Where did you
I don't
come
know.
from?
It sounds like somebody who hasn't experienced the real world in too long.
OP says she pays half of our groceries, but that's it. Everything else I pay for. I do the majority of the chores as well, since she is usually studying when I'm off to work. But I would say we are equal on laundry duties. I do the rest of the cleaning, dishes, etc. though. She's never had a serious relationship prior to me, just an on and off in high school, so I assume she never invited anyone to stay over before. It would have been nice to know earlier if possible, since driving over there is incredibly hard on my back, but I did have no idea until that very moment, and I found out later that her older sister and their boyfriend are also told to sleep in different rooms, so they as well just never sleep over. I do really have a medical condition. As a child, I had minor scoliosis, just as did my father. That was fixed non-surgically, but later on, and through growing taller at such a rate, has led to a lot of lifelong pain. The rapid growth of my spine led to, unknowingly at the time to me, very higher risk of injury, and I used to play rugby at the time, which led to me being injured and having many issues with stability and pain as I continue to grow. It's not a self-diagnosis. It's been a lifelong of doctor visits, adjustments, etc. She wasn't mad that I did not want to sleep on the couch. She was mad that I already made it into a big of a deal for not agreeing and keeping my mouth shut. And if I got a hotel, that I would be making it even bigger of a deal. Yeah, before we continue with OP, I understand the medical thing. I think you got to take care of yourself. With your girlfriend being non-confrontational, sounds like she's just mad because your parents are mad at you.
Right. Yeah. She's like, why are you talking back to my parents? I don't even do that. And it's like, I clearly was just trying to say my back is broken and I can't sleep on this couch.
Yeah.
I wasn't getting, at no place do I feel like OP was going to get a hotel out of spite.
Yeah.
Like it was like okay,
I'm gonna really
well,
give it to him.
It is what it is. I that's what I gotta do. And then it was like, no, you can't, or I'll be mad. Me, your girlfriend.
Possibly her parents got married within 6 months of meeting each other. They firmly believe that we have no reason being together any longer than that if we are not married. They have made a lot of offhand comments about such, never directly at us. For example, I'm so glad we got married when we did. Waiting any longer would have been stupid, and things like that. But my girlfriend and I agreed that we wouldn't discuss marriage until she finished her degree and was in a more stable job.
Yeah, wait. Also,
and
extra
comment
goofy
two,
for that.
You're the a-hole if being a petty a-hole was a goal. We got an update. So go ahead.
No, I was just saying it's, again, that commenter who's like, your girlfriend is just the worst girlfriend ever. And she's still in school. She's still studying. Like,
yeah.
You're like, she doesn't contribute. It's like she's literally not even out of college.
Dude, you just gotta like,
don't. Yeah.
Be supportive, you know?
Exactly. Whatever.
Over the obstacles. Update. Hey, it's been 20 days and I sort of forgot about this, but Reddit auto-logged me and reminded me. I thought I'd give an update and ask for more advice. So I read the comments and it helped me realize from an outside perspective that I was 110% being a petty a-hole.
Okay. Good.
I already sort of knew that, but hearing people with no connection to us confirmed, it helped open my eyes. I pulled my girlfriend aside the next day after my post and apologized. I admitted I was being childish, petty, and a-hole, and that I wasn't acting my age. I was more acting like a toddler not sharing toys. She agreed and laughed at my analogy, then forgave me as long as I called her parents, which was my next plan anyways. I called her parents, said roughly the same thing, and they agreed, did not laugh. They told me they would find another date in the future and reschedule staying with us, which I told them sounded great, and we hung up all as well. But the comments...
I'm sorry, I was just like, okay, here we are.
Okay.
Well, now, so what now?
So the real world's nice. Sounds like we're going to the Reddit world. But the comments and some private messages helped me realize as well that my girlfriend's lack of initiative was something I needed to seriously talk to her about and stop letting go if I planned on marrying her. I thought of how to say everything I wanted to, etc. And a day or two later, I decided to talk to her. I told her how much I loved her, the person she is, and brought up many things she brings to our relationship and to start things out. Then I brought up how if we're going to work more in a healthy manner as we get more serious and conjointed, things do need to be more equal between us. So I wanted to work on a compromise. I pay for everything except 50-50 for groceries. I do the majority of the cooking and the cleaning, etc. As you all know, she got quite upset at this and was trying to say she doesn't have value in our relationship, but I tried to reassure her and the conversation sort of ended there. I stuck to my ground, and 2 days later I brought it up once again. Once the dust settled, while the conversation was rocky, we worked on a compromise that she will ask her boss about the raise she deserves and will begin doing more of the cooking and cleaning. Not more than before, but more than me. I asked her also if she would talk to her parents about the whole trying to convert me thing, and well, baby steps, not gonna happen yet. Anyways, why I still need advice. So wait, before we get into what he needs advice about, did that conversation kind of go well? It seems like he brought it up, nicely.
It seemed like it went half well.
Yeah. Anyways, why I still need advice. Since we had that last conversation, I thought, well, things should be better, but she's been cold. She's been only cooking really quick meals like frozen stuff, mac and cheese, and I tried talking to her about it. I'd be happy to teach her the stuff I'd make for us, but she always says, if you don't like it, make us stuff you do, which is fair, but I know she's as good as a cook as I am. I tried talking to her if things are stressing her out, and she declines. I tried asking if anything's wrong, and she declines, etc., etc. She's been cold, and her spicy sleep life took a nosedive from once every 2 days to only twice since my last post. It's been 20 days, man.
Really
Oh!
logging all of your
Dang.
entries, huh? I break up with her. It's time. Break up.
Wait,
I think no, I'm advocating break up.
Wait, there's
Break up.
more. Time
Break up.
out. No.
Break up with her.
Okay, wait. Oh my gosh. I tried feeding into her love languages. She likes words of affirmation a lot, so I've been complimenting her extra and reassuring her, but she seems uninterested. I've tried asking her if I explained anything badly or said the wrong thing about the conversation above. She says no. What can I do to make her feel happier? She barely even greets me when I come home now, but guys, we will greet you after this story ends. All you got to do is go where, Dakota?
Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts.
And type in OK Storytime, and welcome to the plethora of stories we have for
We're
you.
brewing up a big old cauldron of stories.
We got an update. We got a freaking update. I don't think breakup, they've been together for 4.5 years. It just sounds like this was the first time you've had a hard conversation.
They've been together for that long?
Yeah, dude.
Here's what I'll say. The fact that he's got lifelong back problems and that's why he didn't want to sleep on the couch, and I assume his girlfriend probably knows that, and that she still got mad at him that night. It's like she has some kind of hang up with her parents. She can't confront anybody, but that starts with probably the parents being domineering in the house as she's growing up, so she cannot talk back. It's the parents' way. It is what it is. So now that OP is created this confrontation, which was really just I want a bed I can sleep in without being in pain.
Yeah.
Now I don't think she's going to be able to let that go because it feels like she's programmed to not confront her parents, and it has become she won't confront anything or anyone.
Yeah, because every time she tried to, whoever did, she got shut down immediately.
Right. So if she can't get over that, I don't see how y'all are gonna actually be able to have a marriage and
Yeah.
and if she won't open up to you about it and she won't talk to you about it, move on.
Update. I'm currently deciding to do 2 things as comments have suggested. A, spend a week doing everything for myself, by myself, watch what I please, make just my own food, and finally take the classes I've been waiting for her to agree to, pottery and bakery, and just do my own thing and see how she treats it. My main fear is that she will just see this as petty and that I am doing the same thing as I almost did to her parents in my last post. B, try to talk to her one more time about all of this, which most likely she won't be receptive to. Tell her how I feel, what I want in the relationship, and what needs to change if she wants to work. I obviously fear she will break up with me for that, but if she does, it's probably for the best. We got another update.
Break up, please. Please break up.
Update. I think I will choose A and try to give her a slight taste of her medicine and then bring up how I felt.
Okay, but
maybe she will understand better once she sees me doing my own thing.
He's doing this out of the wrong place emotionally. He's being like, maybe if she gets a taste of her own medicine. Stop it. You doing stuff just for you for a week is just for you.
Yeah.
If you're making it so that she gets a taste of her own medicine, now it's for her. Do things you want to do just because you want to do them, not because you want to prove some kind of point to your girlfriend who's treating you weirdly,
Yeah.
Just do it and then see how she reacts.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just doing me for a week. And if
I
she
agree.
can't deal with that, break up.
Wake up.
My girlfriend told me she's attracted to my brother. I was livid.
Step bro or real bro?
Oh, God. So, my girlfriend and I have been together for almost 2 years now, and she's the only girl I have ever dated. I love her so much, but she can be really insensitive sometimes, and I'm starting to think I might not be able to get over this one.
God.
So, here's what happened.
Oh, jeez.
You can't get over it, but she got over it.
She's going to get on your brother in a
She got
second.
on
She's going
top
to
of
get
it.
all over your brother.
Oh, God. By the way, this comes from faraway, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. So, we were laying in bed talking about fantasies and stuff. Oh, God, I do not want to keep reading
No! No!
Oh.
I hate where this is
this.
going.
But I see you in the chat. And she started telling me about how she's always had this fantasy of being dominated by a really muscular, tall guy. At first, I didn't care. Hey, honestly, I saw this man drenched in soup in his underpants yesterday.
I was drenched.
What
True.
was that one story? I had a hard on.
What?
Remember the kitty being all over the mattress, the kitty wetness all over the
Oh,
mattress? And
yeah.
he said I had a hard on.
Yeah.
Me too. Me too, John.
I don't understand, but I'm
Well,
gonna
he was running around in his underwear, and I was like, I had a hard on. I was hard.
Right.
Wait, what did he?
You had a hard on when I was running in my underwear?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Not at work, right?
Oh, God.
Not at work.
Someone call the head of HR, Christian. Come clean up this mess. I was laughing about it and saying, well, sorry, I can't help you with that unless you're willing to give me a few years to hit the gym and see if I can pull it off. It didn't matter to me because it was just a fantasy, and it's not like I don't have any fantasies. Secure so far?
God, oh God. Yeah, but I see you. There's something coming.
Dude, there's an easy counter to this.
What is it?
You just start describing her sister or her mom.
Yeah, dude. She definitely has a mom. Everyone has a mom.
Going tit for tat. Emphasis on not the tat.
Oh boy.
But then she says, well, you can never be that. I'm talking about someone like your brother.
Oh! Jagger to the heart.
My brother is like 6'5" and a former defensive lineman.
Oh!
Yep.
Oh, this is so bad.
This man is a building.
Oh my God.
This man is a building.
Oh no.
A brick house building this man is. So,
dude, this is so bad.
This is so bad.
So bad.
Bro, he said insensitive. This is straight like
man.
when firing squad.
Not
This is
the brother.
when she said that, I told her, excuse me, what's that supposed to mean?
You know what it means.
What else do you say to that?
I do.
Like,
oh God. I would. Oh.
could you imagine?
I have an okay story time, but
Oh, no way.
Guys, you're gonna want to stick around to the end of the episode for this one.
I feel like I may have told this story.
Are we doing it now, or is this a little end of story treat? What do you think?
What's give us a little, yeah.
It's short.
Give it to us.
So I had this ex, and we were talking about like past relationship mishaps, just like bad dates.
Yep.
And
A potentially fun topic.
yeah, and like I tell a story, and then she's like, "Oh, I have a crazy story." I went on a date with this guy, and he was talking up about like how his like his member is shaped in a certain way, and it always makes like girls come. And then she's like, "Yeah," and so when he came over, I came instantly, and that was the whole story. I'm like, why would you tell me that story?
There's the bar, everyone.
There it is.
Why would you tell me that story?
There it is.
There's nothing for me in that story.
So now it's either instant or no.
Yeah, she said it was shaped like a mushroom.
Dang.
And I'm like, they all are.
Really?
Ish.
She said, "Oh no, I meant it like body type wise. That's the body type I'm attracted to. How is this helping?"
This is not helping.
So I told her, "So you're saying you're more attracted to my brother than you are to me? This is just getting so much worse by the second." She said, well, yeah, but just physical attraction. You can't get mad at me for having a type.
Oh.
Obviously, I was livid when I heard that, but I didn't want to seem petty, so I ended that conversation. You don't have to seem petty.
This is crazy.
Yeah, this is crazy. Also, okay, this next sentence. Keep in mind, I'm not short. I'm 6'1".
Yeah, man's tall.
Come on,
Man's tall.
dude.
But not built.
But he's not a building.
You're not looking like your brother.
not a wall.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely not muscular, but I'm not too skinny either. So now my best friend thinks it's disrespectful and that I should break up with her. To be honest, my self-esteem is taking a big hit.
Yeah.
Yes. But is this really a good enough reason to break up with someone? Should I bring it up with her again and tell her how offended I am, or just let it go? We have an edit we're about to dive into, a couple edits and more. But just to quickly answer this, should we bring it up? What should we do here?
Should we break up? How long
Well,
have we been together?
should he bring it up? 2 years.
OP is 22, girlfriend is 20, and brother is 26.
Brother.
That adds context.
Yeah, I feel like you probably should talk to her about it if you want to stay in the relationship.
Definitely talk to her about it.
Maybe she's like doesn't understand social cues and doesn't understand why that would hurt.
It sounds like that's what it is, but dang.
But dang.
Yeah, I
Maybe she so devalues physical attraction that it's like, yeah, obviously I'm more attracted to him because he's way hotter. But like, I don't really care that much about hotness.
But like, I don't know. Like they're talking about like I don't know. I feel like
It's
she's
pretty
into
whack.
it.
It's pretty
I
whack.
feel like she's into. Yeah,
I think it's a red flag for sure. I don't know if that would be a hard one to come back.
Yeah, and I think like to the question of like should I bring it up? It's like yes, you are very allowed to be hurt by that and be like, hey, I was hurt a lot by that. That's the bare minimum. I feel
think
like
there is a world in which you can talk through this, but
yeah,
dang, I mean, like
I could see, it's so reasonable for him to be like now, like our intimacy is just clouded by that. Like
I guess someone's got to just hit the gym and get some gains, and maybe some lifts,
dude,
get some platform shoes.
bro needs some creatine.
Bro needs creatine. Bro is gonna hit the iron church. He's gonna. You know, pump out the pain, you know?
Oh, God. Oh, he's going to be pumping all right. Or brother is.
Oh.
But we have an edit.
Oh, John. Rude.
We have an edit. I'm so sorry, guys.
Oh.
Hey, guys. So I didn't get to read all the comments. There's so many of them, I can imagine. But I feel like I've got to clarify this. Like I mentioned earlier, I don't really have a problem with her being attracted to a different body type. I'm attracted to a different body type than hers. And I also don't have any problems with her fantasy of her wanting to be dominated by said body type. I've got my own fantasies. My problem is her saying that it's with my brother. That is the most fair thing anyone's ever said on planet Earth.
Yeah.
OP's being, I think, totally secure in like all of the other.
Dude, I'm so glad I don't have a brother.
I always kind of wanted a brother.
I mean, I just because of this specific situation. This specific situation
You gotta have a homie, bro.
is making me thankful I don't have a 6'4" muscular brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, my brothers are gonna turn into that.
Your little ones?
I'm the runt.
Oh,
I was 8 pounds 6 ounces. They were all like pushing 10 pounds when they were born.
that's crazy. How tall are they now?
Huh?
How tall are they now? Your little
Dude,
brothers?
Sawyer is taller than my mom. He's like 5'7" right now.
What percentile is that for his age?
For a 12-year-old, I have to look into that, but I think like maybe 85th percentile for sure.
But anyways, back to OP's tall problems. Edit number 2. After reading some of the comments, a lot of people seem to think that this will lead to her cheating with him. Honestly, I don't see that happening because she really hates cheaters. And even if she wanted to do it, there's no chance in heck that my brother does that.
Hey,
Shout out to brother, I guess. More relevant comments. Imagine if you told her you're attracted to her friend with bigger front airbags and a bigger butt. Or that she's not as attractive as your other friends, and then also tell her that she'll never be like that. She would be pissed as all heck and would give you crap, and rightfully so, because that is effed up. You know, good point. Put it in the other person's shoes. It's truly something how she'll tell you easily she's attracted to someone else physically more than you, her own boyfriend. It's also more hurtful how she said you can never be that and uses your brother as an example of what she's attracted to. Again, it's using the brother as an example.
that was the nail in the coffin.
It's demeaning. Even though it might sound like an honest comment from her, it's still insensitive of her to say that. There are things that people should just know not to say to others and or say out loud. If you love her and want to keep this relationship going, you have to sit her down and have an honest conversation about this. Tell her that her insensitive comments, while sounding like harmless comments to her, actually hurt you and make you feel uncomfortable. Tell her that if you want to make comments about her, whether they're about her weight, looks, clothes, body, etc., she would feel uncomfortable and would not like it at all.
Yeah, put it in perspective.
Put it in perspective. Yeah, I agree with everything this commenter is saying right now. Just let her know this. Maybe she might understand if you show her that her comments can come off as hurtful and that sometimes she just needs to keep her words and comments to herself. If afterwards she still doesn't understand, then maybe you have to rethink your relationship with her. I think that's good. See how she reacts. Yep. You know, that's a good point. Think about it. Will you really lower your self-esteem and confidence, hit rock bottom because of your girlfriend? No one deserves to be told that they'll never be what others are. Actually, that is such a good call out. It was that follow-up comment is like, oh, you'll never be that?
Yeah.
That
she literally just kept piling on.
Yeah. And I think it's debatable that one's even worse.
Worse than the brother one?
Yeah, because it's like, hey, it's almost like saying you will never be what I am fully attracted to.
Yeah.
And
it's pretty messed up. That's a triple hit combo right there. That's a KO.
Oh yeah. Find someone who respects you first and foremost and loves you for your traits that you possess now, as well as your flaws. Yeah. Your flaw of being 6'1". Yeah. Wow. Someone who can help you grow and develop as a person that has good character and a good heart. And OP responds to this comment. Thanks for the advice. I'll try this approach.
That was a quick response.
This is the equivalent of you telling her you wish she looked more like your favorite corn stars. It ruins women's self-esteem in the same way she ruined yours. But when you know the person they're close to you, it hurts way more.
Yeah.
It's real. That's like real life. This isn't something you need to forgive if you find it intolerable to think about. I'd say to give it time for you to think it over, but don't be harsh on yourself if you can't move past it. Everyone has their limits. And we have an update poll. I want you to guess, not whether they should break up or not, but guess if they break up.
I think they're breaking up.
I
hope they break up.
For some reason, something in me is saying that they're going to stay together for I don't know. My Reddit
Your Reddit
tingly senses are.
I mean, it's just
it's 2 years.
Yeah, it is 2
Over
years. It's a while. But I feel like this is just so insensitive.
And so far,
and it's a triple hit. It's just like boom, boom, boom. She didn't hold up.
Doesn't feel like she's remorseful.
No.
Her follow up to like, what are you saying? Basically, like, hey, why are you saying this? Is like, oh no, it's just like something you'll never be. Yeah, okay, great. Thanks for making it 10 times worse.
Yeah,
it's a triple hit, like you said. Yeah, people are basically. It looks like people are saying they're going to break up. I'm a holdout with my 20% stay gang for now.
I mean, it is 2 years. I think they should have a conversation, but it's pretty unacceptable to say something like that. I don't think it's breakup worthy in itself, but I do think this shows a general disregard for your feelings. And I think if she doesn't show some kind of remorse, I think that like rudeness and that hurtfulness would come back again.
You've heard of the orange test, but have you heard of the linebacker brother test?
It's a test as old as time.
It's a tricky one. But ladies and gentlemen, we've got something even trickier this next update.
All right, let's hit it.
Hey guys, so it turns out I might have been overreacting a little bit.
What? I was not expecting that.
My girlfriend said I was overreacting.
Yeah, my girlfriend said I was overreacting, and she's now with my brother, and they're hanging out.
It's great.
People say I'm just overreacting. I don't want to say anything. Even if I did, who am I? I'm just a scrawny 6'1" dude.
I sat her down yesterday and started telling her how uncomfortable I felt because of what she said, and explained to her that I was hurt because of what she said, because she knows how competitive my brother and I can be. At that point, if I'm being honest, I was fully prepared to break up with her if she didn't get it, especially because almost all of the comments on the first post were saying that this is a sign of disrespect.
True.
But she then said she didn't realize how messed up the comment she made was until after it happened. And she swears she's never even thought about him that way, and that she was just thinking of guys who had the body type she was talking about.
So you never had that thought before, but the second you had that thought, he popped in there.
Immediately. What's worse? He's the first guy that came to mind. All of her explanations make it worse. right?
I do. I mean, of the terrible explanations that she's had, this one is the best
right.
in the arsenal.
Right.
But it's like saying, like, I don't know, the rubber bullet is the best thing to play. What's the thing? Russian roulette with. Yeah, it's like, it's still going to hurt.
It's still, you
don't want to put that on your temple. You might knock yourself out, give yourself brain damage.
Yeah.
True.
OP's got some CTE right now.
Yeah.
She also said that there's no other guy she'd rather be with, spicy sleep-wise or romantically. She seemed really remorseful about the whole thing and even said that if I had said the same thing about one of her friends, it would have unalived her spirit, and she just kept apologizing, calling herself stupid and asking if I'm mad at her. So I told her to just forget about it, and I know she doesn't think before she speaks sometimes, and I'm glad to know that she didn't mean anything by it. Just real quick, I don't think you need to totally dismiss your
feelings.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I'm still kind of gonna need to get over it or process it, so I appreciate the remorse and everything, but like,
hey, you know what, she did come with an apology.
She did,
so that has to be lauded a little bit,
and I think it is possible that
we can recover
and that she's being 100% genuine. All I think it's possible.
Agreed.
Everything worked out for the best, and I've decided that I'm going to try to be less insecure from now on, and I'll also try to stop overreacting to stuff like that.
Again, it definitely wasn't an overreaction.
Yes, an overreaction would, I think, be like calling her names and being vicious. Like, you were beyond understanding. Let your feelings be free. Be free. Like, it's okay. You didn't do anything bad or destructive. I think
it doesn't seem like it.
Thanks to everyone who gave me advice, especially the top comment from a previous post. Thanks for that helpful advice. And edit. I read some of the comments, and to all the people who think that she's lying and that she's going to cheat on me eventually, let me tell you this. I know for a fact that she was telling the truth. Okay, we've got some sort of super secret, source of truth. I can tell whenever she's lying. Okay. I can tell. That's it.
Just trust me, bro.
We've known each other for a long time, and she's not a very good liar, and I can safely say that she would never cheat on me. She's not that kind of person. Comment number 1. I'm happy for you, 1, sticking up for yourself, and 2, that your girlfriend acknowledges your feelings. And we have update number 2.
I think she did do a good thing by owning up to it. And he did a good thing by expressing his feelings. I just feel like the one thing I would like is not for him to be so apologetic about and say he's overreacting. Because I don't think anyone in chat or any of us believes what he did was an overreaction.
Scylla says he's entitled to his feelings.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that it's a good thing and a very healthy thing in a relationship to not have, because I think the next time something like this happens, he's like, oh, I'm just overreacting and I shouldn't be. When he's being perfectly reasonable.
Yeah, I agreed.
Agreed. But I'll also give it up to Liz Wentz comment in chat saying, let's see how it plays out.
Yeah.
We got another update.
All right, let's see.
We'll see if she continues her good streak, the girlfriend. Update number 2. So we made up like a week ago. Things kind of went back to normal for a while.
Uh-oh.
Until we got into a fight over my coworker texting at 4 a.m. It was work-related stuff. I'm new, so I asked her for some help, but she got really upset for some reason, even after I showed her the texts, and there was clearly nothing going on.
Is he projecting?
I think
she's projecting.
Oh.
I see you. She got mad and shouting at me, said I'm being very suspicious by not setting boundaries with my friends. When I told her she was overreacting, she flat out said, don't act like you didn't go crazy when I said I wanted to F your brother.
No! No, she said the silent part out loud. No.
Gotcha.
No.
You've been caught red-handed.
No.
And you know what? You know what?
She said it out loud.
You know what?
She was veiled before, but this is the truth.
I think that the way they had that initial conversation, she made him feel like he was overreacting because she said, don't act like you didn't go crazy, like that you overreacted, Holy moly.
Dude, she is so projecting. Ali says she's a cheater. I don't want to go that far, but I also at the same part do. I want to go that far.
Let's go there. Okay, let's go there. All right. It honestly took me like a minute to process what she just said. I am so shocked. So, and I'm not proud of this, I got really mad too and said some nasty stuff about her, and she said some nasty stuff about me. And yeah, it's pretty much over.
Honestly, I think probably good. We called it. We called it.
We freaking called
Or
that,
I called
man.
it. You didn't call.
No,
You didn't
yeah,
call it.
sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
You called that the relationship would
I
end.
called it.
Yes.
I called it. John was like, they're staying together.
That's a weird feeling.
No way. Well, I guess you called it for the first update.
Yeah.
And then I called it for the third update.
No, I didn't believe it. You got that. You got that.
It's a happy ending. You know, you get the coworker and she gets your brother.
Oh, God.
Bro, if that's what happens,
I'm going to be so sad.
Oh, man. So that was all 5 days ago. Still fresh. At first, I was just so pissed at her that I was glad she's gone, but now it's kind of hitting me that it's really over, and it's hard to believe because I always assumed we'd end up together. I never even imagined myself with someone else, so yeah, even though she really pissed me off and said some messed up stuff, I still wanted to be with her and really thought about fixing things.
No.
Let's
Dude,
run
she
it back.
wants your brother.
We're thinking.
No.
He's gonna hit the
Oh.
gym, and do all this stuff. It was like, were you there when we read the story about the person who she liked this guy's fiance, so she started like dyeing her hair and like stealing her makeup and like all that stuff? Yeah, it's like it goes down that route. But then yesterday, my brother's ex, she's a friend of a friend, I see her occasionally, told me that she noticed my girlfriend was flirty with my brother once at a party last year.
Do not tell me that the brother actually did something. Please don't tell me that. Please.
Now, to be honest, that ex isn't the most credible source. She's known for a lot of BS. And when I asked Josh about it, I believe his brother, he told me that's never happened and he would not lie about that. So either she's lying or he just didn't notice, which I think is still possible. Regardless of whether it is true or not, it just made me realize that I wouldn't be able to get it out of my head, and maybe it was a me problem. I'm not sure, but her attitude about it definitely didn't help. So even though it hurts, I blocked her, deleted all the pictures and all of that stuff. I'm ready to start moving on. Life's kind of weird right now, but I just got employed recently, my first real job, and I'm excited for that, so I'm going to be okay. Again, I just wanted to thank everyone for the great advice. Thanks. And some relevant comments when I said I wanted to F your brother. So it was him, not just his body type.
Yep.
I'm honestly just wondering how the F you were supposed to set boundaries with your coworker when you're new. Yeah. It was
projecting.
What are you supposed to tell every girl at the office? Whoa, make sure you don't ever text me though. I've got a girlfriend, Buster.
That's like someone I know.
Huh? Oh my God. I know we met 3 days ago, but don't even think about it, Missy. Seriously, what the F? Sounds like she was trying to start a fight over nothing for the sake of it, to be honest. You are better off.
Whoa!
And we have a third update.
There's a third update.
There's a third update.
I wasn't prepared. I thought we were ending.
I thought
we
that
were
was
at the end. Oh my God.
Are we ready?
My story senses are tingling. I feel like the brother and her have done something.
Now I'm afraid.
I'm a little afraid.
No, I'm afraid.
I'm hoping not.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Oh God.
Is it okay if I, 22 male, ask out my ex-girlfriend's best friend, 20 female? Plot mother freaking
best
twist.
friend.
This is peak 20-year-old activity right here.
Short answer that I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Give yourself some time,
Give
brother.
yourself some time. Give yourself some space, dude. She's gonna be around there.
Yeah.
And that girl's gonna be around your brother. Oh.
So, hey guys. First of all, I just want to say that I'm not doing it to hurt my ex or anything like that. I'm just honestly so attracted to her friend. OP, that we got to chill a little bit.
You're a little late to the ball game here, man. That conversation was weeks ago.
Yeah. See, that was the rebuttal that you should have thrown in. Oh my God. My ex and I broke up about a month ago. because she said she had some fantasy to be spicily dominated by my brother, to which she started to fight, and it kind of escalated from there. I've posted about it before. I realize this whole thing looks bad on my side, and that people will probably think I'm going to go out with her friend out of spite or just to make her jealous or something like that, but I swear that's not it. I really, really like this girl. She's funny as heck and really cute, and she watches football.
Football. That means she's probably going to be watching your brother, who's the defensive lineman, bro. You're just having girl after girl going after your brother.
She's like, oh, wait. John Smith, like, is your brother Rob Smith?
Whoa.
Of the Smith
defensive
linebacker
lineman?
from
I don't know if you know this, but I really like football. And you know what I love more than football? Football players.
Are you ready for this? They love football, right? He's like, hey, let's go to the bar and let's catch a game together. Pulls up to the bar.
Yep.
Whose jersey is she wearing?
His.
She's wearing the brother's jersey.
I can see it, dude. I can see it as clear as day.
Oh, God. So I've got a major crush on her. We've been texting constantly for 2 weeks, and I can tell she likes me too. She's being super flirty and calling me cute and stuff. I really want to go out with her, but at the same time, I don't want to be that guy.
Dude, you're going to be that guy. Do you have any indicator that she's into you? Because, like, you realize this is so risky.
Dude.
So risky.
You need to tell her, hey, like, you're my girlfriend's best friend. I just got out of a relationship. You're really cool, but, like, I think we need to.
If she's actually friends with your, if she's if she's best friends with your ex-girlfriend, if she goes out with you, then she's a terrible friend.
Yes.
To your ex-girlfriend. There's no way this ends in your favor.
Yeah, this is not Chris Redu says, do it.
I mean, sure, if you want to let the intrusive thoughts win.
Oh, God, bro. As much as I dislike my ex, she still used to be an important person to me, so I'm not sure if I should do it or not. So I guess I'm on here to see what y'all think.
No, don't do it.
What would you do if you were in my shoes?
I wouldn't do it.
And quick edit, I also forgot to mention, she told me to keep a secret if we ever go out.
Oh, so she is into it.
Another
She
red flag,
is
by the
into
way.
it, but that's a red flag on her part.
Another freaking red flag.
I don't think I don't like, maybe you could do this and like get away with it, but I don't think it's going to be a fruitful relationship. She sounds toxic, but hey,
dude,
maybe a little toxic and crazy can be fun for a while.
Oh, God.
Until it blows up in your face.
Or blows something else.
All right. Hey, blows down.
The mushroom.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, just until she's ready to tell her friend, and we have another fourth update coming in the pipeline. Yeah, I
hope he is not making good choices.
This is bad.
This is bad.
Yeah, this is bad.
This is bad. This is bad. I mean, this is bad.
If this is really real, and you tell her, hey, this is too much. I don't want to be that guy to the ex. Could use some space, and I need some time. We need to give it a long time if this is going to happen. If it's really meant to happen.
Not a month after a 2-year relationship.
Month? Absolutely not. Get out. You cannot do that.
No.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But we have a fourth update.
Oh my God.
So
let's go.
My 22 male girlfriend.
No.
20 female. Is it the same 20 female?
You're joking.
We still don't know.
Got the riz.
There's still a 1% chance.
Oh my God.
My girlfriend and I have been together for almost 2 months, and she's still keeping our relationship a secret.
Oh, I bet that's very hot for you guys.
Hey guys, I'm back because I need some more advice. I broke up with my ex over 3 months ago, and it definitely wasn't a clean and healthy breakup. You don't say.
I don't think anything about what you've talked about has been clean or healthy.
No. We pretty much hate each other's guts now. I posted about it before. The problem is that my current girlfriend is my ex's best friend, BFF.
Messy.
So freaking messy.
Oh my God.
So when we first started dating, we figured it would be best to keep it under wraps for a while. General rule, if you have to lie about something you're doing, it's probably not a good thing, with the exception of like surprise gifts. Like
Jim and Pam had their office romance be a little private. for the first 4 months.
You got me there. You got me there.
Got you.
But most times.
Most times.
That was a really great exception, though. We figured it was best to keep it under wraps for a while, especially because our breakup was only a month old at that point.
Oh my God.
Whenever we'd want to go out, we'd go somewhere far away so no one would see us. We'd almost only hang out at each other's places anyways. It also helped that everyone was quarantined. By the way, if you don't want to be driven crazy like I am right now by this insane story, or you know what, you do want to be driven crazy by some delicious piping hot tea, go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or the iHeart Podcast app and search OK Storytime. I got 2,000 episodes chock full of stories just like this.
But oh my God. OP, why are you doing this to yourself?
Why? This is peak 20-year-old behavior.
Peak 20-year-old. Yeah, agreed.
Peak stuff right here. Textbook. We successfully kept it a secret so far. In fact, the only one who knows is my brother.
Because he's right there in the middle.
Oh, man. And we had to tell him because he's also my roommate. I don't know why, that just still makes it worse.
Oh.
But now it's been 2 months, and the hiding that was fun at first is getting kind of annoying now. My girlfriend still doesn't want to tell anyone because she's afraid of losing her friend.
You have lost that friend, sweetheart.
Dude, this is already game over.
You have lost that friend. Oh my God.
Just like common sense here. Someone who is best friends with your ex probably shares a lot in common with her. Like I don't know. Not to say you should never do that, but I don't know.
Sticky icky, says Katie Paludin.
She seriously told me that we should wait until my ex gets a new boyfriend.
Like, that's going to be great.
How long is that going to take?
Until her brother finds her. His brother finds her.
You should introduce her to your brother. Oh.
So now I'm really bummed about the whole situation and honestly don't know what I'm supposed to do. Thanks again for the help,
bro.
Reddit.
You have screwed up so royally. First of all, you should have, breaking up girlfriend, good. Second, living with your brother, you know what? I think that's cool. But third, dating your ex-girlfriend's best friend. I don't know what you both were thinking. This is terrible. You've made a very bad choice, and it's going to end in a pool of drama.
It's going to be so bad.
It's going to be so bad.
Versus if you had just said, hey, let me get some time to like have some space. I feel like you would have eventually realized like, okay, you know what? I just needed a little break.
Yeah.
I can give it more than 30 calendar days to before I jump into my next
days, John.
Next full committed girlfriend relationship.
Days. Oh my God. But
wow.
That is where that story and this episode ends.
Aww.
If you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you.
And see you tomorrow.